Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath, y'all, as we get about our Abba's business today. Y'all, we ain't going to tarry. We're going to get right to it. We're going to turn toward Holy Jerusalem, from whence our help cometh from.
Yes, sir. All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And it's in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior, and he's our Redeemer.
Yes, sir.
He's Yahushua HaMashiach.
Come on.
But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family.
Come on.
Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 39th chapter,
Read.
it reads,
Yes.
I said, I will take heed to my ways,
Yes, sir.
that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle, while the wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence. I held my peace,
Yes, sir.
even from good, and my sorrow was stirred. My heart was hot within me.
Yes, sir.
While I was musing, the fire burned.
What?
Then
Come on.
spake I with my tongue.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh, make me to know mine end,
Yes.
and the measure of my days,
Yes, sir.
what it is,
Yes.
that I may know how frail I am.
Yes, sir.
Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, and mine age is as nothing before thee.
Yes, sir.
Verily,
Yes, sir.
every man at his best state is altogether vanity.
Yes, sir.
Selah.
Selah.
Surely,
Come on.
every man walketh in a vain show. Surely, they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches,
Read.
and knoweth not who shall gather them. And now, Yahweh,
Yes, sir.
what wait I for? My hope is in thee.
Yes, sir.
Deliver me from all my transgressions.
Yes.
Make me not the reproach of the foolish.
Yes, sir.
I was dumb.
Yes.
I opened not my mouth, because thou didst it. Remove thy stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of thine hands.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
When thou with rebukes dost correct man for iniquity,
Yes.
thou makest his beauty to consume away like a moth.
Yes, sir.
Surely
Surely.
every man is vanity. Selah.
Selah.
Hear my prayer, O Master, and give ear unto my cry.
Yes, sir.
Hold not thy peace at my tears,
Yes.
for I am a stranger with thee,
Yes.
and a sojourner as all my fathers were.
Yes.
Oh, spare me,
Yes, sir.
that I may recover strength,
Yes.
before I go hence and be no more.
Hallelujah!
Selah!
Yes, sir.
You better check your mortality.
Yes, sir. Once again, y'all,
39.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Shabbat shalom to all.
Yes, sir.
One and all. Y'all, that was powerful, y'all. Way to get this feast started. Y'all, today's leavening.
Yes, sir.
Remove the neighborhood leavening. Y'all, because we exist as neighbors, so to speak, and we're going to get into all of that today to define that biblically. And those neighbors live in a neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
So you can't let leavening into that neighborhood. You know when they say, there goes the neighborhood?
Right.
That's because you done let some leavening in that neighborhood. And we're going to tell you really quickly how the scriptures say what can't enter into the neighborhood. Shalom says. What cannot enter into the neighborhood.
That's right. Right. Just because you can afford the neighborhood don't mean you should be there.
No, no, absolutely. Because that neighborhood ain't about riches.
Right.
Riches can buy off disobedience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we ain't talk about that, but before we get started, y'all know how we get down. We ask continual prayer for our sister Sean out there in Cali. She laid to rest her father today. So just want to send comforting words or comforting prayers to sister, if you will. Continue as she go through this journey of her father passing. And right now she's in Indy. Shalom, Mom. Also, the house of Brother Jeremiah, Sister Hadassah, laid her brother to rest yesterday. So y'all asking for continued prayers for that household as well, that they may get past these days of mourning for their loved ones. But they do appreciate everything the camp has done for them, and offering up the prayers. Worldwide family, they say thank you very much. Also, Sister Karen's mom is in the hospital right now, y'all. She's needing a little breathing assistance right now, so if you will, put her on the list as well, that her mother may make a speedy recovery, y'all, that she may be able to once again speak with the Most High and ask forgiveness.
Get the name on that thing?
Sister Karen's mom, what's your mom's name? What's her first name, Sister Karen? Estella, Sister Estella. Estella. And also y'all, OG Jeremiah, he's traveling, him and his family is on vacation, and they're having a wonderful time. He's truly, truly enjoying his family, but asking for safe travel prayers because he's on his way back to the STL. So just want safe travel for him and his family as they enjoy one another's company and binding, familyhood. Y'all, because our enemies are the foes of our own household. So we got to get that straight, y'all, so that we can enjoy one another. If you want to see them in that kingdom, if you want to be with them, then, y'all, we have to turn that light on, and tell them go toward the light. That's all you can do. But if darkness is pulling them, all we do is water the seed, so to speak, and the Most High give the increase. Right. Also, y'all want to just send shouts out to our supporters that continue supporting the ministry, y'all, both with prayers, what we need to get feast days going, just keeping the ministry running, y'all. I want to thank y'all so much. I'm talking about Sister Evelyn Spradley, Sister Colette Roberts, Brother William and Sister Deborah, formerly of the STL, that Brother Kevin Jenkins, and Sister Sharon. I used to get this wrong, but I didn't practice. Tasha Balala. I got it right that time. Shalom, Sister Sharon. Brother Lloyd Carrington, that Brother Derek Pleasant, and y'all, that entire ATL family. All y'all now shouts out. But today's lesson again, the entire shepherd, no doubt about it.
Hey, Dan, before you go any further,
Yeah.
I want to thank the class, family, house family, out of town family for prayer.
Yeah.
For our prayers, we can count on the family to pray for.
Yes, sir.
I had a situation happen last week, and so I said, well, when I get to the camp, I asked everybody to give me prayer.
Right.
Man, before I can get there and ask for prayer, man, the Most High showed off.
Already,
But
huh?
I had a problem on my job before I had to quit. And so I'm standing on the
Yeah, that's a problem,
That's
man.
a problem.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing on the Most High that He's going to deliver.
Right.
And before I can even look for another job, my son stopped at a brand new body shop and asked me if he's a senior body man.
Yes, sir.
And he said, yeah, we did. They ain't shaking their head. Everybody said, yeah, we do. And he called me, man, and I got the job with for interview.
Boy, for the end of the day, boy, you handling sandpaper again, what you say?
So I got the interview, passed the interview, like flying colors, and they got hired. I'll be starting next month.
That's what's up.
Where's that whistle coming from, too,
Starting
guys?
next month. Brand new facility.
I hear a whistle. No, I got mine off. I turned it off just for that. Turn yours off just a second.
It could be up and down now.
Check. Zed, let me see if it's on. No, it's off. So it could be that one. Could be just getting a little feedback. Did it go away? How you hearing me now? Can y'all hear me back there good?
You're still real good.
Okay.
Yeah, see, let me turn mine back on myself.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe just need adjusting over there.
Oh, you're good.
No, I'm just saying, you hear that feedback?
You hear it?
It's back.
Let me just click mine now.
Click yours off. Click yours back on and turn mine off.
Check 1, 1. Yeah, it's yours.
It's me.
Yeah, here.
I'm always the problem.
Boy, you said full step rock mode.
Hey, boy, don't play got the cloud.
Yeah, it's
But I
look,
mean,
I'll
y'all can
turn
hear
that
me,
that
I'm
way.
good.
Go ahead. You good. You
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. I don't
Okay, y'all, so today's lesson, once again, remove the neighborhood leavening, y'all. And we have to, y'all. If we don't, you know, we'll be in an environment that, y'all, we hate to turn down the block and go in because you're always going to be explained. You know, man, look, just don't walk down to this end of the block. No, we trying to get rid of that. We can't take none of this back home. None of this foolishness of this leavening of the Pharisees and this bad spiritual doctrine. What you got to about?
We have our brother or sister here in the chat by the name of Chosen that
Brother Chosen?
yes sir.
Uh-huh.
They asked Brother Tobias, I would like to hit on ask about a matter from last Shabbat.
Uh-huh.
And they asked, let me see here, let me scroll up. And it says, last Shabbat it was said that seaweed and sea moss do not bear seeds.
Right.
So they are not to be eaten. It was also said that mushrooms don't bear seeds and or fungi.
Right.
Or fungus, so they are not to be eaten. And then I scroll up some more. That was the first part. Hold on, second part says, yeast is a fungus that doesn't bear seed.
Uh-huh.
Yet we can eat it according to scripture. Leavened bread and cheese, yogurt, sour cream, vinegar, wine, beer, and strong drink are made from yeast and fungus. Mushrooms or a fungus like yeast belonging to the fungi family.
Right.
Seaweed, sea algae, sea moss, or marine or aqua plants, or
Right.
water plants. These products spore to reproduce just like mushrooms and seaweed.
Right. So I understand what he's saying because there's certain strains of yeast, but this is what it's saying. Yeast comes from or wheat. It comes from the product of wheat.
Right.
Yeast just don't show up out of nowhere.
Right.
So that's what we have to understand. And there's certain forms of yeast that fall off of wheat that's legal because the product itself is legal. So what we don't want to get twisted up in that. What we're talking about is the product of yeast comes from wheat. Wheat is legal. What we're saying is we're asking to show any water plants because it said herbs of the field.
Right.
This is what we're talking about, y'all. We don't get down into the fine semantics of anything as simple and as clear. If there's plants of the water, there should be 2 times somewhere in the book of Enoch, in the book of Jasher, in the Holy Bible, all 66 books, in the Apocrypha, somewhere we should read concerning water herbs and their usage. Yes, they're good for cleaning. We have no doubt about it, but once you start taking certain things, because look, if we find out, you know what they used to make CNA sugar? Pig bones were used to use in the grinding of it, to ground it away. So do we cut sugar off completely now because of these things? Y'all look, down here, y'all, we clearly understand sin is the transgression of the law.
Yes, sir.
Before we have any accusations, we have to make sure if we are transgressing the law. Now it tells us what herbs to eat. They say they must be of the field.
Yes.
If they come out of the water, we have to look at it the same way we talk about people that may still like the taste of duck. But we have to look again, does the law allow for water birds to be eaten? If you can't find it, we're not going to hunt for you. We tell you to do what we do. When in doubt, do without.
Yeah.
If you can't find it in the law, hold fast on it. It ain't going to kill you. You can eat something else. We ate manna bread that gave us a taste of everything we like.
Right.
And that's the bread we should be really focusing on versus corrupt meat that's gonna go in the toilet a couple hours later. But all we're saying is, if it's allowable by law, show us where. Not saying, well, this wheat product have this. Show us where it's legal, and then we just say we stand corrected. Straight. Thank you for the reproof.
Right, so we can all understand.
So we can all understand, but we can't compare like the situation, y'all. And look, we take questions all the time. We answer questions, you know. If it's a class we can point to, then we'll point them toward the class so that they get the full understanding. But we don't debate. We don't get into two different conversations while the streaming is going. If you have a question, just please ask it. So are you saying we could eat chicken if you saw a chicken eating a mouse? Well, that don't change what the law say. What we need to investigate is, why is it doing that? Because if we see a human being eat another human being, what are we going to do with the human being? Are we going to cut humans off? Because there's people that eat human beings. So are they a bad product of the Most High? So we don't get into the small semantic games like that, y'all. We have to be real about this. If your diet consists of no meat, then that's your diet. But we don't change the law because you don't want to eat meat or you want to do something else. We can't change the law. What's written is written. What we need to look at is how he say prepare the meat that I tell you can eat. If we prepare the meat just like he said it, most of these problems, we wouldn't have no such called red meat issues. We would have none. If we prepared it just like how he said, when he said let that fire hit it, it will burn up the problems that we have. But because we cook on flat grills, because somebody take our order and they go behind the kitchen wall and cook our meals, then we're fussing about something that we can technically have control over.
But as long as it falls in the line with Deuteronomy 14 and
Leviticus 11, it's on the good list.
Right.
We don't
So,
get into
right.
trying to switch that up because you've seen the video.
Duck or, you know,
It's what it is. The law explains itself.
Yes.
It's clear on itself. It don't need us to help interpret it.
But it's like you just said, when in doubt.
Do it out. If you're having a problem, do the research, not comparing something or apples and oranges. I saw this, but what I was looking for is to study on wheat and see where that yeast, how it comes off of wheat, because it's a study out there concerning it to make sure.
They were saying that in one of their next lines, they were saying I didn't get to read that part, talking about how it's unlawful to eat bees, but we can eat honey.
It's unlawful to eat bees, but we can eat honey. See, now that's getting into what the Most High is talking about now, because he said, not the creature. Look, it's unlawful to eat a badger, but badger skin is on the Ark of the Covenant.
Right.
The Most High is not contradicting himself. He knows exactly what he's doing. When he said in the evening and the morning were the third day, and it was good.
Right.
That's exactly what he means. It's not for us to then make good bad.
Right.
It is what it is. It's not about, honey being bad or these type of situations. Or you the new physician of the Most High? That's what we need to be asking, because I'm sure every insect or anything on this earth have not been studied to the level to make those type of decisions where you can ask that question concerning the Most High and his laws. He knows exactly what honey is, and he knows exactly why you can't eat a bee.
I'm glad you're speaking on that honey, man, and I speak as a man because a lot of people say that we're not supposed to eat honey, but honey is so beneficial to us health-wise, and it's been around since, forever. But people say that the honey is made from bees' vomit, so we're eating bees' vomit. But have you ever read anywhere where somebody died from eating honey?
Well, look, what is compost? Compost is rotten, the remains of food that rot.
Right.
You got people that use manure for fertilizer. Y'all, look, we all we have to do is stick with the law. Once you start getting into that fine thing, the bottom line is what we need you to do is get past that, because if we clean it all up, it cannot stop death.
Right.
So this is where we're at. Why are we dying?
Right. That's
even eat as healthy as we is, why are funeral homes still in business?
We're born terminal.
We were born terminal. If you understand what he just said, y'all. So we don't want to get into all those things because we can go down the line with everything that somebody eat.
And it's not for us to be here to justify
Right.
or nullify what you want to do.
That's what
At the
you
end
want
of the
to
day,
do.
it's your decision what you're
Absolutely.
going to do with your body.
Absolutely. And what
know.
the Most High said, he say honey is good. He says everlasting, and it's the only food source on this earth that never spoils. That's why he compares it to everlasting.
Yes.
Because it's produced by the bee has nothing to do with what the Most High is saying.
I've never had a bee sandwich.
Me either. I never had bee stew.
Right.
I ain't never had a bee slurpee. So let's get it understood. But I had what's legal from the bee that we can eat.
I had a bee sting.
Yes, sir. That's about it. What you got, sis? Because we got to get on this lesson. What you got, sis?
What to know about mushrooms?
Okay, the Bible says every seed-bearing herb. That means whatever we eat from herbs, lettuce, spinach, all of those starts with a seed that's planted in the ground and it sprouts. And then it produces seeds that it can produce more. That's what it says. Mushrooms is a fungus. Mushroom is like mold.
Where does it grow?
Where does it grow? It grows in wet, moldy areas, and it does not see. It grows from fungus. It grows from certain things. But what he's talking about, the wheat doesn't grow fungus like that. It falls off. That's what it's saying. It falls off the wheat. The yeast is on the wheat. But there's a study you can do on the yeast, that wheat, why it's still legal. Y'all, certain things we just have to understand, like the priests profane the Sabbath every week, but yet they are blameless.
Right.
You have to understand, sinning don't stop because we on the Sabbath. You think they gave the priest time to be off because the Sabbath came in? If they did like this, no, I can't forgive that sin today, and then it's a sin that you have to correct before the sun go down? No, they had to keep working 7 days a week, and they were blameless. So there are certain things, y'all, that you're reading, you're trying to look too far into a matter for this dying flesh.
Exactly.
Man shall not live by bread alone, but by what? You can have a perfect diet, and you ain't got this in your diet. If you ain't got the law of the Most High in your diet, you wasting your time, because ain't no perfect diet out here that's going to make you live. If that was the case, the rich would have it on lock, and they would never go to a funeral. But they died. They can have the best growers. They can have the people that watch and make sure nothing defile goes on it. When you're sitting on $300 or $400 billion, or like the Rothschilds, $1 trillion,
Right.
they can have the best come in, prepare the food, but guess what? Age is steady coming, and guess what's next? The Undertaker.
That's right.
And if they ain't got this diet in them on Judgment Day, then we realize that they had fungus. And what we have to do is get the fungus from among us.
Hey, but before we get into the lesson at hand,
Yeah.
I just want to say Toda Rabbah to
Yes,
all
sir.
the family that sent up prayers when I was down and out. But y'all, prayer works, man.
Yeah, it does.
I don't care what nobody say. That stuff that was on me last week, I did not want to share it with anybody.
Yeah.
And I didn't appreciate somebody chose to share it with me.
Yeah.
But it was, one of those
Wasn't
things
me,
you
y'all.
just,
Go
know,
ahead.
no, it
Yeah,
wasn't him.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
But sometimes,
This time.
things are beyond your control, and
Yeah.
then you have to lean toward a higher being, which
Yeah.
I always lean toward the Most High, but then I have to lean to my family too to help lift me up, because
Yeah.
the scripture says the fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's why I don't care if everybody don't pray for me, because all y'all ain't, but righteous. So those who pray for me, and it's truly from your heart,
Yeah.
the Most High hears that, and it strengthens up. But I'm telling you, I'm feeling 110% now. You did. I found out some things from these tests they
Yes,
ran
sir.
on me this last time. They said I might not even have had a heart attack. back in September 23.
Right.
So there's no damage to my heart.
Oh, yeah.
My blood is
Yes,
good.
sir.
It all came back good. I could get out there and probably do some break dance.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's,
sir.
you know, we'll
I
get
heard
that
talk
later.
of running a 100-yard dash.
No,
Yeah,
you
I went too
that,
far.
no, yes, sir. But I just want to say, man, I love you, my spiritual family.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate all the prayers. And your brother Ariel is 100% there.
Absolutely. Hallelujah, y'all. Absolutely. And y'all, that's what we're talking about, praying for our neighborhood family, y'all. And our neighbors in the neighborhood. Y'all, because that's what we got. And it ain't just who live next door to you that you don't know. That's the carnal side. We're talking about spirit, y'all. Just like we're talking about this spiritual diet, y'all. Look, we're not into a contest like, well, this has that. Explain it to us. Just say, okay, this has that, it produces this or something. This has that, and why it's bad. The problem is you gotta then go to the Lord with that. I'm not the Lord, he's not the Lord, I ain't the Lord. You gotta ask him why he says that.
Yes.
It's out of our hands why he say you can't eat mushroom. That ain't in our power. You have to ask him, Lord, why? Like Peter did on the rooftop. 3 times Peter killed and eat. Peter said, not so, my Lord, for nothing unclean hath entered my mouth, ever. And that's the whole time walking with the Messiah, and all the way after that, up to that point, still ain't nothing. But then he find out, after he prayed on it and pondered on it, the Most High sent him the answer. I was just telling you not to call any man common unclean no more. I was just using unclean beasts. That's why we went to the book of Barnabas, the 9th chapter, so you understand the diet ain't got nothing to do with what nobody's talking about. Neither do herbs, they're living plants, but there's something called salmonella.
Yes.
See, just like they showed that chicken eating the mouse or that cat or that cow with mucus coming out of it, we could right now pull up some salmonella videos that'll shock you to your core. And nobody found out about them till they entered the system of 300 people.
Right.
You know it.
And they had to throw it up and tell you, and this is where we got it from, and we trace it back. It's a chance, as long as you can't control what's produced, we got to pray over what's on the legal list, but we can't. That don't mean we can include and put bad things on the list.
Right.
Because they're tampering with the good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Most High say, I'll take care of the good stuff they tamper with.
Yes, sir.
But don't think you can put tampered bad stuff on here.
Right.
It's still bad.
It's really bad.
So you basically saying, don't pray over pork. 'Cause
Don't
it's
pray
bad.
over it.
It's already
Right.
bad.
It's already
But you
bad.
pray over the lawful thing.
It over lawful things. What the law say. It's not our job to try to define what he say. It's good to eat.
Right.
Anything after that is not our problem.
That's right.
If that causes a problem from us, it won't be mentioned on Judgment Day. It cannot be mentioned.
But the other will.
The other will. It's obedience or disobedience.
That's right. No in between.
And we're obedient to what he say can go down your esophagus
That's right.
and come out of your rear end
And the drop.
and the drop. So y'all, we ain't gonna belabor it, but y'all, we take questions. And like I say, Brother Ruban, if you're online, it ain't never personal, bro, but we
Right.
can't have debate going on while the class going on.
Right.
If we just ask questions. So are you saying this? That's different from trying to get a whole nother situation going. We can address that, but we can't go and make the class go 10 different directions for personal
We're just
context.
trying to get some understanding.
And I understand that, but we just have to let it be known and let it be
Right. 'Cause he-
said. No, y'all, what I'm trying to say is this.
He said a couple of, I was talking to him in here, and that's what I
Okay.
was telling him, because he was like, he didn't try to, make it a debate thing, and I'm like, well, see, some of the things you're asking, other people might have that question, and it's good that we bring it up and we can have it for discussion.
But he kept it going already, and he was distracted from the lesson of what people in the chat was focusing on what he was saying than
What was his
Right,
last one?
right. Yeah.
Oh.
So look.
And I had to boot him out the chat.
Yeah.
He emailed Jacob saying we showing
Oh,
favoritism.
okay.
Well,
I'm
see,
sorry.
it
I
ain't
wouldn't
none
know.
of that, y'all. Y'all know we don't get down like that. We ain't never got done.
No.
It ain't recorded once we ever put nobody out.
No.
They leave when they don't like what's going on.
Right,
And
right.
then somehow later on they just show back up again.
Right.
But Ruban know us. Ruban been knowing us for 10, 12 years now. He know it ain't like that. We're just saying if it start to get contentious, we have to deal with the situation so we can get everybody back on point. As
That's
simple
right.
as that.
That's it.
Ruban know how we get
That's all
down.
Ruban?
No, it's Ruban out of Cali.
Oh, okay.
But he know that if he say, hey y'all, so what I'm trying to get understood is this. That will be answered just like that. But when it get into a war,
Back and
we have to
forth.
stop the confusion. No matter how it got started,
Exactly.
where it started, we just have to cut it out and get it out of the
I
neighborhood.
thought this was just,
No, it ain't nothing serious. Ruban know it ain't serious. Ruban been with us. Hell, he know what the deal is.
well, that's what's up. That's all
Yes,
good.
sir.
Let's get to the lesson, man.
Ruben definitely know it's all one love.
Right.
So y'all know how we get down. Remove the neighborhood leavening. Y'all Passover coming up. We got to get the leavening out of our neighborhood.
Got
And
to.
that means this is our neighborhood. We personal neighbors, but we live in a neighborhood. Once that leavening slip into your neighborhood, it's gonna start a problem.
You gotta remove it.
You gotta remove it.
Yep. Ain't no two ways about
Ain't
it.
no two ways about it.
I like you, but I don't like you that much.
That much.
You can't come in there with this confusion.
You cannot. So y'all know how we get down. Our one and only high priest, Yeshua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ.
Yes, sir.
He's our high priest after the order of Melchizedek. He brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free bond, Jew or Gentile. If you will, can anybody give me the definition of neighbor and then neighborhood? And then we're going to run a couple scripts real quick, and we're going to get this lesson going. And I'll be brief with explanations. You hear that?
Oh, here we go.
Yes, sir.
All right now.
I want to. Yeah.
I got neighborhood here.
What did it say?
Let me see, make sure I'm screen sharing it. Put it on screen. It says neighborhood, a district, especially one forming a community within a town or city.
Say that a little bit louder too, so everybody can hear you.
Neighborhood, a district, especially one forming a community within a town or city. It says neighborhood, neighborly, feeling or conduct. And let me see, let me go to the website.
Feeling and conduct, yeah, go ahead, neighbor, yeah.
That was Google. Let's see, Webster says.
What you on now, neighbor, or you still on neighborhood?
Still
Neighborhood
on.
was good.
Okay.
Go ahead, so we can move on.
Go to neighbor next.
Yeah.
All
See,
right,
it's more than just what church give you smooth soliloquies and they say, turn to them and just say neighbor, and you don't have a clue what a neighbor is.
Exactly.
Or what a neighbor consists of. You know, that's your neighbor, that's true, mister. What you got back there, Ben Monroe? Huh?
You need neighbor?
Yeah.
Right
A
on
person living near or next door to the speaker or person referred to.
Yeah. What you got, Sister Mark? Absolutely, Ben.
Someone that cares for you, that will take care of you,
Yeah.
whether they're kin to you or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
In your area, in your neighbor, in your neighborhood, in your house, on your
Like-minded individuals.
anyone that's going to take care of you unconditionally. That's your neighbor.
Well, we can't say unconditionally, so I know that's a general term, but it has to be conditions according to the law for it to be your neighbor. And I understand what you're saying when we say unconditional. That means just love over the top, so to speak. Yeah, but there's conditions on. Yeah, she your neighbor, mister. Absolutely. She take care of you. She take care of us. That's our neighbor. EMARS is neighborly, so to speak. That's what our neighbor is in our neighborhood. You know, everybody play a role in this neighborhood, and that makes the community flourish.
That's right.
But now when we bring an outsider, grifter in here,
A huckster.
a huckster that can cause problems for the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So y'all, what we want to do now that we got the definition, we want to see what's not allowed in the neighborhood, because what we're practicing for is to live in that neighborhood. So if you will, bro, read 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. And then we'll hit Revelation 22, 14 through 17. And we'll see what's allowed in the neighborhood. And if anybody have any questions about these standards that will be posted on that neighborhood that say no trespassing, if you believe this, if you don't believe, Shalom, Sister Joy, if you believe that you're able to just come in this neighborhood with that behavior, there's going to be a no trespassing sign for you.
Yes.
Revelations, what you want?
We're going 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, and then Revelation 22, verse 14 through 17.
All right, family. We're going to be reading in the book of 1 Corinthians,
Yes, sir.
in the chapter 6, and we'll start the reading in verse 9.
Yes, sir.
Give everybody a second to get there. Everybody there? 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Yes, sir.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yah?
It's saying if you don't know, you know now.
Right.
And when we're talking about unrighteous, that don't mean an individual who may sin and ask for repentance. We're talking about somebody that lives that sin.
That's right. Don't
They say, I'm not going to change. It's me. Either the Lord can take me like this or I don't care.
Exactly.
That's the unrighteous. It practices sin, which is then considered iniquity. Practice sin. Go ahead.
Be not deceived, neither fornicator, nor idolater,
Right.
nor adulterer,
And it's both spiritual and fleshly. Go ahead.
nor effeminate,
Nor what?
nor effeminate,
Uh-huh.
nor abusers of themselves with mankind,
Uh-huh. The list continues.
nor thieves,
Uh-huh.
nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers,
Uh-huh.
nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh.
Now read verse 11 because this is what it's saying. It ain't saying we off the hook.
Right.
It's saying we got to be to the mindset of this next verse. That's what we have to be looked at as this next verse. Go ahead, what it say?
Verse 11.
Yeah.
And such were some of you.
Were some of you. Go ahead.
But ye are washed.
But we are what?
Ye are washed.
Uh-huh.
But ye are sanctified.
Thank you, Creator.
But ye are justified in the name of the Master Yeshua, and by the Spirit of our Elohim.
Read that verse 12.
All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient.
Uh-huh.
All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
And see, and what we're talking about, all things are lawful, but they're not expedient. Some things, it takes time to understand this law.
Right.
You never, the law will never tell you, you get a free pass of the law. The law will never void out another law. It says some things take time for you to understand. Especially being in captivity, y'all, it's really a time consuming, so to speak, with our mindset of how we have to dig deep, because I want you to understand, we got through out of Jerusalem knowing the law.
Yes, sir.
With that perfect diet that everybody arguing about. Clear on what we can eat and what we weren't supposed to eat. But guess where we end up? Right here.
Yeah, activity.
We're right here and we want to be more perfect here than we were at home when we got through out. And we know better than that. We got to strive. We got to get off this felony list so that we could go back home. You're not going back home with what got you throughout.
Right.
You're not going back to that neighborhood because the neighbors ain't going to accept you. It's a HOA
Come on.
in that kingdom.
Yes, sir.
HOA.
And they checking for everything. Homeowners Association.
Yes, sir.
The homeowner there. The father.
And can't just
And the
anybody
Messiah.
get in.
No, I can't know anybody get in. They checking. They like, no, you can't have that on your front porch.
That's right.
You can't have that car parked in your driveway.
On 3 flats.
Right, 3 flats.
3. You're not going nowhere.
Let's finish reading that list.
You want the rest of that?
No, you finished that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's read that list again to say, when the kingdom come to verify. See, this is what we have to practice now while we're in the wilderness of the people. We're in the wilderness right now. There won't be no other place to travel to. because the gathering is from the four corners. That means you still would have to have a center point that everybody would be taken back to. So we're in the wilderness now of the people.
That's right.
We're being put under the rod right now. We're being tried to get off this felony list. If anybody don't know what anything just read on that felony list means, then we need to explain it to you thoroughly so that you get off of it and we don't make excuses, or we won't find ourselves saying the same things like we're doing about the sea moss versus the wheat. We'll find ourselves doing the same thing. Well, is it really bad if you do it like that? Yes, it's really bad if you do it like that. And he told you to do it like this.
Right.
Right.
What you got over there, John?
Can you please tie that in with work in progress?
And that's what we're talking about. That's why he say, as some of you were. It's like Paul will say, oh, wretched man that I am. Y'all, we're not trying to save dying flesh. We're trying to get our soul right. Get our conscience right that will extend the life of this dying flesh. Food ain't going to do it. This has to do it first. It tells you what to put in you. This has to be correct.
Hey, Deacon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to bring it
Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you explain a work in progress with a person who still is trying to get this, but they haven't came out of the world yet?
Well, we got to define work in progress.
Right.
That is not want to the lust of the world keep pulling you back.
Right.
It's two different things. A work in progress is, man, you know,
I'm tired of this.
I tried it, man. It's been 5 times, man, and I keep failing. Well, the script says you got 2 more times. A man falling down 7 times, you get back up. You got 2 more to get it right, because a lot of it is, you know, I just don't really want to let it go. It's the lust of it. It's the deceitful, how sweet it is. You hate to let it go, but he said you can get rid of everything but bread, water, and the air you need to breathe. The body don't need nothing else as far as whatever you think you can't quit doing, because it wasn't designed with that outside product.
Right.
What you got to say?
Right, you have to have a heart and a desire to want to change and
You
want to do it.
absolutely.
You can't keep going back and forth, teetering and tottering. I can't do it, but ain't no buts.
Right.
Well, it's that 12-step program, and what's happening, sister, we're chasing words versus the law. And see, the law ain't gonna never change. It don't care that you got tricked into it. The law don't change because you got tricked. The law is there so you don't get tricked again.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you keep getting tricked, it's gonna get to the point that where, wait a minute, now you falling in Hebrews 6, you just taking this for granted. You just keep sacrificing the Messiah and put him back on the cross again because I'm gonna go do this.
Right.
Put him back on the cross again because I'm gonna go do this. A work in progress means that I'm studying the law so I don't be on this fellowship. That's the work in progress. If you're not on this felony list, what progress are you working?
Right.
This is the only progress you have to work, because this don't allow you in the neighborhood. A work in progress gonna make sure you get off this list.
Which means you have to have a change of your heart and
You
your
have
mind.
to. Yes, you do.
You have to want to change.
Yeah.
You cannot be drawn back to sin because it's sinfully sweet.
Yeah.
It's delectably delicious.
Oh, boy,
no, you
yes,
gotta want
sir.
to serve the
Boy,
Most
look
High
there.
with your whole heart, mind, body, and soul.
Boy, you
And see, that's the thing. You gotta kill that old man and put on the new man
Yeah.
if you want to be the new man. You understand?
You see, but how quick he just made sin taste so sweet.
Come on, what?
But he straightened it out to let you know, don't let the sweet taste fool you.
That's right.
Come on.
It's bitterness.
Yeah.
And it got wormwood at the end of it.
That's your
Sin.
payoff.
That's your payoff. What you
Basically
got?
saying work in progress can't be in the progress of still sinning to call yourself.
There you go. There you go.
Hold on. Boy, look here. You could have said that 20 minutes ago and I cut it off. Boy, you just say, look, we could have been in the next scripture. Say it again, too bad.
A work in progress can't be in the progress of sinning and call yourself a work in progress.
No, you
Right?
can't.
Work in
You can't.
progress is not doing error.
They
Yeah.
call that hustling backwards.
Yeah. Let's get it, y'all, because we run out of time.
Until 11 at the whole
That's where we at, sis. A little leavening will tear up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Y'all, we're gonna get into a lesson of that statutes and judgments, y'all, so it'll explain itself, y'all. Y'all understand it perfectly because it'll be coming from the mouth of the Lord. And no one can say we said that, y'all.
Now you want that
Revelation 22.
14 through 17?
Yeah, because it's gonna tell you after the matter is settled, everything that we waiting on, the plagues and the second coming, all of that after that, he tells you what's not still gonna be in the neighborhood. Go ahead, brother, Will.
The book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14.
Yes, sir.
14. Give everybody a second to get there.
Back at verse 12. No, I'll tell you what.
12.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Start at verse 11. Just verse 11 is good. Because this is what he's saying when the time comes. We can keep playing around, y'all, or we can get busy. But y'all, the word is what the word is. You know, and when we talk about anything about somebody breaking the law, we have to take into account of everybody's situation. Everybody's situation. That's the poor and the rich. That's the free and the bond. If we have any program we talking about and it don't include the bond people that's locked up, possibly on a free case. And if they ain't on a free case, on a case where they're now realizing they're wrong and trying to work back to get this liberty back. So we can't have a program that excludes them. You can't talk about a diet that excludes them and then say it's going to cause them problems. Right. And they can't get it. Right. They locked up and they say, well, shouldn't have had your ass, shouldn't have got locked up. We can't say that to them. No, we have to think about it just like all these flea doctrine. You ask them, what about the people locked up on a free case? How do they get to flee? And there's no answer. None. How you gonna leave them behind? No, we didn't do that in Egypt. All the prisons opened up every door. I don't care what the charge was. All y'all got to get out of here. All y'all cattle got to get out of here. Take them pit bull puppies. All they got to go out of Egypt.
But then what about these clowns just telling people to flee and they buying land in the United States?
That's what we're talking about, y'all. It's that, you know, that bad neighborhood, y'all. They're setting up a neighborhood, y'all, that they don't even want to live in. See, they sending you over there, but they buying a neighborhood over here.
Right.
They don't want you in their neighborhood.
Right.
But they ain't yours.
But they dictate yours. Right. You know, where yours is and where they got you going to is going to make you a worse criminal than you were before they sent you there. Mm-hmm. Because they reducing you to thieving now when they send you somewhere with no money and tell you got America, what you going to do but steal to survive?
And what you say that one sister was digging up potatoes?
The brother at the middle of the night, send them over to some little small country over there. Ecuador. Oh. Little Dickie Shep and them sent him over there and took $5 grand from him. Now that he over there crawling in the night on a farmer's lot. I'm talking about crawling slow like a panther on the attack. And digging up potatoes and scurry back to his little makeshift compound with 2 or 3 potatoes. You done left America for this?
Right. Ooh, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, that boy, look.
I know, bro.
Everything that's been going on with me, man, the last 3 years, man, is that devil been hard at work. But now, I see things a little different than I did then. I turn nothing away from the Most High. I give him all the praise, honor, and glory because he makes me strong as I am.
Yes, sir.
And that lets me know that it gets greater later. Because we're just spiritual beings having a human experience.
But let me tell you something, bro, what's so important of what got you on your spiritual, it's always been on a spiritual journey, but I'm saying a different spiritual outlook. Mm-hmm. You are satisfied that individuals we have to be careful to, that they may look at hospitals differently. Mm-hmm. They gave you a good bill of health.
Exactly.
You ain't looking at them as evil at this point. You trust them what that paperwork said about blood.
I'm just, boy, don't play.
Now everything else we dealing with, but can't nobody show you a chart and say that's what's going on in your blood.
Right. These are your hemoglobins. What? Well, let me scratch you with this chicken foot.
Yeah. No, none of that. Let's get caught up, y'all. But we'll testify to them all.
Boy, look, we'll be here because you asked me what time it is. I'm going to tell you how to make the watch.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
We're in the book of Revelation.
Say, don't let him make you long-winded.
Don't
Go
make me pull a
ahead.
Daniel Solomon.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
Book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 11. And it reads, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Uh-huh.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Yeah.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still.
Uh-huh.
And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me,
Uh-huh.
to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega,
Yes, sir.
the beginning and the end,
Yes, sir.
the first and the last.
Now let's see who get to go in that neighborhood. Who get to enjoy that neighborhood. Go ahead.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
That do his what?
That do his commandments.
See, that's a blessing if you do his commandments.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Now, if you ain't doing the commandments, what's outside that gate?
Woo. For without are dogs,
Yeah.
and sorcerers, and whoremongers,
Right.
and murderers,
Uh-huh.
and idolaters,
Right.
and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Uh-huh.
I, Yeshua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star.
The bright and morning star. No matter how you try to switch, Lucifer ain't gonna never be nothing more than a morning star, just like the other cherubs. But the bright and morning star has power and command. So we ain't getting it mixed up, and he's gonna be in that kingdom just like he was in Adam's kingdom. It's the same tree of life. It's the Messiah.
right.
He's the tree of life.
That's it. No other.
Ain't no other. Anything else going that way is a what?
A thief and a robber.
Yes, sir. Let's get these scripts. Matthew.
Verse 17.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I missed
Verse
that.
17.
Okay.
And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely.
So like take the water of life free, y'all. It ain't costing you nothing. It's free because all you have to do is pick it up and open it and read. Once you start getting caught up in language translation and you have to get this version or that version, we've been saying it for the last 10, 15 years. Just go to Exodus 20 and Ezekiel 18. If the law changed, then that version ain't no good. But if you're playing a word change game with me and you haven't changed every single word in the Bible, then why would I buy a Bible that's half English and half Hebrew? And then why are you still explaining it to me in English?
Yeah.
It don't make sense, y'all, but the law is what the law is. Murder don't matter what language it's in. The action is the same. Laws are about actions.
Yes, sir.
Of obedience or actions of disobedience. Words are formed from letters.
Yes, sir.
Righteous letters. Each letters have 8 verses of law to each letter in the Hebrew alphabet.
Yes, sir.
Your word cannot make up law breaking. If your words, the letters you put together make up law breaking, that's a what your mama say. Don't say that. That's a what kind of word? A bad word. What you got, bro?
Got a question in the chat here. Isaiah asked, let's see.
Uziel.
Can we, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Uziel? How you say
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's it.
Uziel. Can we fish on the Sabbath?
Can you fish on the Sabbath?
My boys have.
Do you fish for a living? For 6 days, do you fish?
No, he said my boys keep asking, but I thought we couldn't.
No, what? See, once again, y'all, when we read the law, it says 6 days a man should work, and the 7th day he should rest.
Yes, sir.
You should do no servile work. That's why we ask, do you fish for a living? Do you do 8 hours and put it in there and somebody hands you a check at the end of the week? If it don't, fishing is relaxing.
Right. There you go.
Keep it holy. Explain to him about the Messiah while y'all out there fishing,
Right.
how he sent men to be fishermen of men.
Exactly. There you go.
How Peter and them was fishing. Throw your net out and draw the fish back in. Eating ain't gonna never be a sin. Now, if you start to do some other things like, create, y'all, we having fishing Sabbath or something like that, where you turn it into your own pleasure, that's a different thing. And you forget about the law of the Lord. Now everybody going to you, man, you going to fisherman Saturday, man, I heard it be there. And you allow everybody to come in strange doctrine as long as they know how to fish. Then that's a problem. Now you're in violation of Isaiah 58 where you make the Sabbath your own pleasure. But the Sabbath is for rest. What you gonna do but be sitting on the bank like this waiting for it to wiggle and shake? What work you doing? What feet? Putting the worm on the hook? There it is. He working on the Sabbath. See, and that's what we talking about, y'all. The law of sin and the law of the flesh versus the law of sin. They're hitting you with the letter of the law, and it ain't got nothing to do with the Sabbath day. Adam was born on. He was put into the garden on the Sabbath day and told to till the ground. That means working like you would if you was retired. You can quit when you feel like it. If the fish ain't biting, can't you stop?
Let's go home.
Let's go home. Let's stop at the Arab fish market right here and pick up some. Because they wasn't biting too good.
Right.
But we still hungry.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's why I say we're going to get into all that today, though. It's going to explain itself, y'all. So that we understand, y'all, the Sabbath was made for rest.
That's right.
Yes.
The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath.
So it serves you.
It serves you. And see, y'all, it ain't just where they'll get you with that. You can't go fishing. They'll tell your woman if she go into labor, you better tell her water better not break today. Man, how you gonna let your woman water break, man? Now we gotta get somebody to drive her to the hospital. Now the doctor gonna put to work. Like she can stop that baby from coming when it's time. You listen here, you little bad. I knew you was gonna be bad. You listen here, you stop all that kicking. Cause if you make my water break, I'm gonna beat you on the Sabbath. Y'all, we have to really understand what the Sabbath is for. Hebrews 4th chapter. That's the rest we need to be seeking. That's the one that's in Leviticus 23, and that's the one in Genesis 2. The one we got out in the wilderness was for punishment of an individual that just was hard-headed.
Yeah.
If you're not hard-headed, quit thinking about the wilderness.
Right.
Think about Hebrews 4. Seek that other rest, y'all. You can't get no rest now. And Trump talking about cutting the money, Elon talking about taking this. What rest you looking for on the weekend? What you got, Tuba? I see you laughing over there, boy, like.
Because somebody asked me to chat all those worms kosher.
That's what I
Yes, sir.
He said no.
Let's get it, y'all. Because that'll be next. Son, we can't go, boy. Look, I ain't found no kosher worms nowhere. Y'all, let's get caught up, y'all. We got to get caught up, y'all. It's already
Matthew, right?
2:46. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. But good question, y'all. Questions are always, because it may be 200 people thinking the same thing.
Right.
But y'all, we have to keep things in context. We can't never question the Most High. He says, I'll explain my law to you if you have a question about it. But don't question me. I don't have the authority to change law.
You see that? Come on, girl.
I couldn't change my mama's law. And that was Hot Wheel track action. I sure don't want no brimstone action. Let's get it.
All right. God trying to tell me I can make love to my wife on the
Boy.
See, they consider that work. But then that means you got a quick job. Clock in and clock right back out. That was for the priests. See, that's the difference in knowing the priesthood. There's things for Aaron and his sons that they couldn't do because they had to go into the holies of holies. You can't have that spilled blood on your thigh. And you got on them holy underwear called breeches that mentioned in Exodus 28 and Ezekiel 44. Those breeches cannot have the stain of activity the day before. Boy, that's pretty clean, ain't it? Boy, you see that?
You slid right through that one, boy.
Yes, sir. That's what we talking about, y'all. But it says a man must entertain his wife after marriage. It says it's a 7-day wedding feast. Which they tell you save the Sabbath, that you can't have a honeymoon?
Right.
Doesn't say that anywhere.
Nowhere.
And you talking about relaxation. No, I ain't gonna go that far. Let's get some more. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah.
Before Daniel goes
Yeah,
any further,
yeah.
we're going to be reading in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and we're going to start the reading in verse 1.
Yeah.
Give everybody a second to get there.
And y'all, this is the Messiah. After he's getting us prepared, he's taking over the priesthood of Melchizedek. Still rocking under Aaron, respecting that, but knowing full well that Melchizedek always gonna trump Aaron. David let you know that. Moses let you know that. And how it trumps Aaron is because he told Miriam and Aaron, who were prophetess, and Aaron and his sons were the high priest, he told them, don't y'all say nothing to Moses. Moses technically is the intercessor. Y'all mouthpieces. Don't go against Moses. I put Moses in charge right now. So let's get it understood about the law of the priests. Melchizedek trumps Aaron. Always will. Because it's at the beginning and it's at the end. Let's get some more.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 1.
What it say?
And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them.
What did he do?
He taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
So when we talk about the poor in spirit, y'all, he's saying it's a blessing because poor in spirit can be uplifted and made rich with no money. When you're poor in spirit, your life will turn around real quick. It's the same thing in Revelation 2 and 9. I know thou suffer poverty and tribulation, but thou art rich.
That's right.
You just don't understand. This is just temporary. You rich if you get on. You ain't seen what you think wealth is. This wealth of this kingdom of these world ends in an orgy. That's as far as they get to go.
That's the
and then they die.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the ultimate. I don't care if it's Harvey Weinstein or take that boy.
What the
He
hell?
did.
Oh, okay.
I don't care who it is. It tops off right there. That's the ultimate. That's where it is, and then you die.
That's it.
Let's get some more.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Yes, sir.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
And Moses was meek, but Moses was not weak. Moses put a man down. Moses talked to Pharaoh face to face. You can have all these Negroes around here with them armbands on their wrists and stuff, but ain't now one of them went to the door of the White House and tell Trump we out here.
Right.
Descendants of the Israelites, tell them we out here. See, y'all can talk all that noise and bow down to men like that, but they ain't going and do what Moses did. You sit in Moses' seat, do what Moses did. Go to Pharaoh, go to Trump and tell them, look, you don't want us to give you a comb over. Now, let the children of Israel go. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Y'all, and that's all we talking about. Thirst for righteousness.
That's it.
And hunger for it.
You got to want it.
Not physical bread. Spiritual bread. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Yes, sir.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh.
Y'all see how this moved into another level, pure in where?
In heart.
Y'all, that's in your mind. This mind, pureness. No one is seeing you like, no, I can't do that. That's wrong. Lord, forgive me for even letting that thought come in my mind. What's wrong with me? That's pure in heart. Stop the iniquity before it could take place.
And see, that's the understanding of knowing the difference between right and wrong and choosing right, because you used to live wrong. And that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
I've been in the truth 18 years now. You understand what I'm saying? But before the 18 years that I
Yeah.
chose to live my life in a righteous manner
Yes, sir.
and do better,
Yeah.
I was doing worldly stuff and I thought it was cool. It was
Yeah.
okay then.
Yeah.
But now I won't dare go near that
Right.
because it's about something other than that.
Much greater than that.
All praises to the Father.
Yes, sir.
Verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart,
Uh-huh.
for they shall seek Yah.
Yes, sir.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh.
Yahoo!
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake,
Uh-huh.
for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, sir.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you
What?
and persecute you,
What?
and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely
What?
for my sake.
See, and it's saying this about you for his name's sake, not for your name's sake.
Right.
For his name's sake.
Right.
And what they're going to do for his name's sake is the law of the Most High. The Word was with the Most High, and the Word was made flesh. So his law was made flesh. If they're tormenting you about his righteousness, y'all, that's why we keep putting everything on the law.
Yeah, yeah.
If they torment you for that, happy are ye.
Right.
That's right.
You only tell them about keeping the word of God. What's wrong with telling somebody you shouldn't do that? It ain't judgment. I didn't say I'm gonna put you in the lake of fire. I just say, hey, that's you on a no trespassing list with that.
Yeah.
You can't do that behavior out. And what that does is, if I was on it and just told you, I got to get off.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
So now we have a multitude of sins.
That's it.
Both yours and mine.
That's it.
Let's get some more.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Rejoice
Uh-huh.
and be exceeding glad,
Yeah.
for great is your reward in heaven.
Uh-huh.
For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Yes, sir.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
What are we?
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Yes, sir.
But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Yes, sir.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
No, it ain't gonna even melt snow at that point. So when it's the Lord say it clump up
Right.
and you throw it out, it's good for nothing at that
Nothing.
point. Go ahead.
But to be cast out
Mm-hmm.
and to be trodden under foot of
Yes,
men.
sir.
Ye are the light of the world.
What are we?
Ye are the light of the world.
Uh-huh.
A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. You can't hide this blackness, y'all.
No, and you can't hide truth because it sits on a hill. He said everything about truth I say from a rooftop. There ain't no secret truths with the Messiah. The only secret that the Most High keeps from you is based off of your commandment keeping. It's called a book of life. You don't get to look in there. You can't look in there because what you'll do, there I am right there on page 37. And then and the devil will be right there
Yeah.
to put you back on page 36.
Right there.
See, so that's what we have to be careful of. Nobody gets to peep into the book. It's only mentioned after they die. Abraham was never told you going to the kingdom. Isaac and Jacob were never told. But guess who was told? We were told after they died. Because the script say, many shall come from the east and the west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Where? In the kingdom of the Most High. He never told them y'all sealed and y'all can do this. This after they die. So you don't get the big head. See, Moses got the big head.
Testament is only a testament only after the
Testament
testament
died.
is dead.
Right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Let's get some more of that. Shalom, Elisha. How you doing, brother?
Excellent, brother.
How that baby girl
Shabbat
doing?
shalom, my brother.
Shabbat shalom, brethren.
President,
Yes, ma'am.
I say this, what, you know, I'm at that point, I've been asking the Creator, everything that's hidden shall be made known.
That's right.
Everything that's covered shall, everything that's covered shall be revealed. And I've been looking in the scripture, and I'm not saying that I'm anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying the more I read, the more I study, the more I don't know. Yeah. I'm at that point now, I'm hungry for the word,
Mm-hmm.
and yet I'm studying and reading it, and the more I understand that I don't know, and I'm asking Father, don't leave me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be left down here.
That's right.
And I'm seeing myself, I'm like, Creator, don't leave me here.
You don't want it.
I can't risk
Yeah.
But that's like the scripture said, you know, seek him while he can be found.
Yeah.
So you gotta always be seeking the Most High.
Yeah.
I mean, don't ever think, oh, I got it now.
I got it now. I can put it down.
Right. I'm at the finish.
No, you ain't gonna never have that.
You're always gonna be forever learning
Yeah.
and forever coming into the righteousness of the Most High.
And as you get older, what happens is you start to see all of your youthful transgressions. That's all that's happening. You starting to think, you be like, I should have been dead then.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been dead then. I should have been dead at that event. I should have been dead at that event. And the reason, so now I have to accept grace and mercy and know that there's no law that I can do if I don't accept the law of faith, which is the Messiah. Nothing else I can do can get me into the kingdom because, you know, there ain't no law to say if you do this one, you guarantee the kingdom.
Right.
Ain't no law to say that. What you got said?
As long as we don't know everything,
Yeah.
the more we read, we'll never know everything there is about God.
Yeah.
Because he keeps us humble and crying out to him.
Right.
So that we don't get puffed up with
That's
pride
right.
thinking we know everything.
That's
because
right.
He knows us better than we
He
know
designed
ourselves.
us. He designed us. Just like your parents tell you, I know you, boy, I had you.
Right.
So, but this the deal though. Like we're saying, what he wants us to do is have our own mind
Yeah, that's right.
of obedience. He's not gonna beat you up, shalom fam. Shalom, y'all, shalom fam. He's not gonna beat you up. He's not gonna do none of that. Shalom, baby Gabby. Well, you ain't no baby Gabby no more. Shalom, young woman Gabby. Shalom, all y'all. Shalom, sister.
But
Let's
see,
get it, y'all. Go ahead.
That's just
Go
like in
ahead.
that book of Proverbs where it says, just as a man thinketh he knoweth something,
Yeah.
he knoweth nothing
He knoweth
as he
nothing.
ought to know.
See, because as we draw closer to the Most High, we're gonna find out more things.
Yeah.
You'll find out where they're getting this technology from, why they allow, but everything is done in dispensation.
Right.
Only this gonna be done in this time. Only this gonna be done in this time.
That's right.
We want it all done in our time.
Right.
No, you don't. If we knew what the second coming really was gonna be like the days of Noah and the days of Sodom. Now look, that high wind just come through Florissant was enough to have everybody running to the basement.
Right.
Let alone when I'm talking about when the fountains of the deep are breaking up and heaven is shaking, earthquakes going off and volcanoes erupting all at the same time, and then the sun and the moon go dark on us.
Right.
Are you ready for the day of the Lord?
Right.
Are you Amos 5:18? What is it in it for you? Are you absolutely sure that your name is in the book of life? Can you guarantee yourself? See, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody don't want to do what? Because of that book of life. So every other religion removes the book of life out of their doctrine. And see what happens, the law becomes a strange thing. It didn't say the prophets become a strange thing. It didn't say words become a strange thing. The law has become a strange thing for us, and we don't know what the law of God is. We're doing everything that got us kicked out. We're doing it even more right now. Because the world is legalizing it.
Yeah.
And we're combating gurus and different things. But go ahead, y'all, let's get this.
We're back in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and the reading is at verse 15.
Yes, sir.
And it reads, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel,
No, you better not.
but on a candlestick,
Uh-huh.
and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Yes, sir.
Let your light so shine before men,
Come on.
that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Think what?
Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Don't even think it. So any doctrine that teaches you that the law is done away with, or he thought to do away with the law,
Right.
is deception. Let's get some more.
Or the prophet.
Or the who?
Or the prophet.
Not even what was prophesied to come, like the book of Revelation that they tell you. We ain't gonna read that to you. That's scared of people. How you not gonna read the prophets?
Right.
Your warning.
So you're warning of the second coming. So you keep talking about the rapture, but you ain't got a time period because you ain't got no guideline now.
Exactly.
You just said get rid of the days before the second coming, and it's telling you all throughout, even the book of Daniel, there's going to be turmoil on the earth. It's going to be like it was in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah and the days of Noah. It's going to be 10 times worse than that. It said on this day, there has never been a day on planet Earth like this one is going to be.
That's right.
You know why? Because there's nuclear bombs out there in the hands of 5 superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
They have weapons that could kill every human being on earth. They actually have weapons to play God.
Yeah. Super what?
Yeah, that's what they'll end up being. Go ahead.
Verse 17 again.
Yep.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law
Right.
or the prophets.
Yes, sir.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
So, and they'll always say, well, he fulfilled the law. How do you do that? How do you fulfill the law? What, basically, are you saying he never sinned? Yes. So he showed us that it's capable of not ever sinning through obedience, through pure obedience. There's 144,000 he talk about that's in that line of capability. The male virgins, no guile found in their mouth.
Right.
No wickedness, ain't never took on another doctrine, and he called them up from the earth to him. Yeah. So we see that there's individuals that can get across that line.
Yes,
but y'all, we look for an excuse. We want a 12-step program.
Right.
We want to keep sinning.
Yeah.
And as the world heating up, it's starting to throw money at sin. It's throwing money at sin. And if your pocket's flat as the plains of Kansas, they're going to throw a good sin at you and say, now think about it. Would God say that if he meant this? And there you go thinking. But the only thing on your mind is them dollar signs. He could say anything at that point.
Yep.
So I saw a cat with some Timberlands on. All you seeing is dollar signs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care what the hell he say.
Right.
Let's get some more. What you got, something?
I was just saying, we would agree that Yahshua completed and fulfilled the sacrificial law. No more priests are putting bulls and lambs on the altar anymore.
Yeah, he was the
Well,
ultimate
and
sacrifice.
what we're talking about, fulfilling the law, and that means going to his death without sinning.
Right.
So that's a fulfillment of the law, y'all. If we get in the kingdom, then we fulfill that law. Because we've been allowed in, ours have been wiped away, so we're technically a reproduced model, so to speak, a cleaned up model.
We're redeemed
We're
Adam.
redeemed, what, say that again?
Redeemed Adams.
We're redeemed Adams, absolutely. So y'all, that's how we get in. That's how we become sons of God. But we got to be obedient to this, y'all.
That's right.
What you got over there, mister?
I'm sorry I hate to come there, interrupt you guys right now, but I want to try to thank you that you guys have prayed for my daughter. I'm telling you what, she got the house now, how she wants it. She got it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Is that new house, mister? Because I know our other house burned up.
Yeah,
New house, okay. All praise.
all the house that she got, all good stuff and everything being donated. Everything, the piano she lost, she got a new piano.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful, bro.
I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning, I was wanting to tell you guys how complete.
What?
I just want to thank you. On behalf of my daughter, she's doing great.
All praise.
All praise, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. That's wonderful news. That is wonderful news.
All the way down to the piano.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Back in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and the reading is in verse 18.
Uh-huh.
It reads, For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass,
Uh-huh.
one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law,
Uh-huh.
till all be fulfilled.
See, till all be fulfilled. So we still got to have the second coming. So he just said, till the law be fulfilled. The prophet said, but we can't change anything till the prophets be fulfilled.
Exactly.
Because they contain the law. If we cut it off right now, then the second coming can't happen. So what y'all praying for? What you holding your hands up high for? If we cut off the prophets, it's a done deal. It says nothing gonna change in the law till everything is fulfilled. Right. The law still stays the same. If the law is done away with, why are you trying to establish house rules then at church? Why would you be if the law is done away with? Then anybody could come up in there. I should be able to come up in there doing whatever. just killed somebody with blood all over me. Ain't no law.
Right.
You just said ain't no law. The law is done away
Come
with.
on in them bloody clothes.
Come on in with them. Get blood on everybody.
Right.
Come in with some sunburn shorts on.
So is that coming as you
Boy,
are?
look here. Yeah, come as you are, doctrine next. No, we can't have it, y'all. Let's speed this up.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
See, now we got the commandments back on the table, so they never went anywhere.
They didn't go
Because
anywhere.
it's telling you right now, if you break the basic one, go ahead.
And shall teach men so.
And she'll do what?
Teach men
Teach
so.
men that the law don't exist no more, or you can break the law.
Right.
You can challenge the law. You
Right.
can decipher it to a different understanding.
Right, let's debate this.
Let's
so,
debate
so
this
it
law.
fit what I wanted to
So
do.
it to fit what I wanted to do. Go ahead.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He should be called the least in the kingdom of heaven, or the last one to get in.
Right.
And usually when you say, hey man, I heard Rufus, you know, man, he called me trying to come to your party. Man, he'll be the last one to come to my party. Does that mean after everybody get in, he say, okay, this is the last one, Rufus, he get to get in?
He get
Or
one
does
more
that
fight.
mean he never gonna come in there? What I'm saying is, he'll be the last one, because that would be the no one.
That's right, but we right back to the neighborhood.
We right
again,
back to
right?
the neighborhood again. Go ahead, bro.
But whosoever shall do and teach them.
And should do and teach what? It gotta be the law.
The law.
If it's done away with, why are you teaching it?
Exactly.
Go ahead, bro.
The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Now, who you gonna believe? Them that say the law, you ain't got it done away with, or them scripts right there by the Messiah that come out of his mouth to say, if you teach the law, you should be called great
That's
in the
right.
kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Because you're teaching how to get into the neighborhood.
Right.
Only law-abiding citizens live in that neighborhood. You can't come in there with your own doctrine with handwritten notes.
Let Rufus
Yeah, yes, sir.
And it's a gated community that don't need a
Boy,
gate.
it's a gated
You
community.
hear me? You don't need a gate because they know who belong up
Yeah,
in
yes,
there.
sir. Yes, sir. Leave your door open.
That's it.
Literally, leave it open.
Boy.
Go
Verse
ahead, bro.
20.
Yeah.
For I say unto you,
Uh-huh.
that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees,
Uh-huh.
ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
See, and it got to exceed those that acting like Moses and
Right.
Aaron. It must exceed commandments of men. It must exceed you looking at a human being full of sin like yourself and count him worthy to forgive your sins. It's not possible, y'all. So ain't no need we fooling ourselves. Where we at? Let's get this next. We're going to cut that one short just a little bit for time's sake.
Okay, stop.
Y'all read the rest of it in y'all home time. So what we're going to do is get right to the law, Leviticus 19th chapter. Y'all, we're going to run that real quick, and we should be on point here. But what we want to do is do a little neighborhood self-checking. We want to see what's on the HOA listing.
That's right.
We want to see how we have to behave because it's from the beginning. Love your brother. Love the Most High with all your heart, might, and soul. The second command, there's no two greater than love your neighbor as yourself.
Because there are prerequisites to getting into this community.
And look, boy, look here. You got to meet the requirements.
That's it. Can't no just anybody.
No.
Just because you got the money, you think I'm gonna let you in,
here.
and you full of sin.
Boy, look here.
If you got the money to move where you want to move on over there,
And
man.
you got that money from
Come on
sinning.
now.
Yeah.
And you got that money from sinning.
Come
And you
on.
gonna bring the price of a dog to this neighborhood. It ain't happening, y'all. Ain't no need we fooling ourselves.
All money ain't good money.
Y'all, every day we gotta look at that felony list and study and see am I justifying myself on that list. Do I see myself and I'm justifying being on it? So now I'm test a lying. And I'm just a lying to myself. Let's get some more good here,
We're
bro.
going to be reading in the book of Leviticus,
Yeah.
chapter 19, and we're going to start the reading in verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Everybody there?
And y'all, we're gonna get a little lesson on this too, so you know the difference when Aaron, when he's speaking to Aaron and the high priest that had to be holier than any other individuals on this earth and had to really watch themselves. And then we'll see when he's talking to the congregation, because that's why we always say go back to verse 1 so you can get the subject matter. Don't let nobody verse teach you.
Right.
Don't let them just point Leviticus 19 and 5 and that be it, and then they narrate your thought. No, you have to go back to the beginning so we know who the Lord talking to. Let's see who the Lord talking to. Go ahead, brother.
Leviticus 19 and 1.
What it say?
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Most High, your Elohim, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother.
Every man is what?
His mother and his father. And keep my Sabbaths. I am the Most High, your Elohim.
See, when he say you have to be holy like he is, he telling you to start from the top. If you understand and you respect the Most High, then you respect the next level down, mother and father.
That's right.
He say to every mother and father that's on earth, ain't nobody off limits that you think your birth certificate done caught up with theirs, the date.
Boy.
He said your days will be cut short. See, he don't play it and we shouldn't play it. That don't mean reproof and correction to someone older than you. But it don't mean you talk to them like they your child.
Right.
And it say don't care who mother and father it is. Because once the disrespect starts, you're going to keep it going. Now you're drawing a line where I can disrespect mother and father.
Right.
You think you can tap dance on the fifth commandment like that? Woo. You think you can play around with a heathen? I can say whatever I want to a heathen. No, you can't.
No, you cannot.
Where you get that language from?
Well, though I be rude in speech, yet not in
Oh, come on.
No, that ain't nowhere near that. Rude in speech, no. What we talking about is how like Paul had to get in the dirt sometime. But rude in speech don't mean you can't curse nobody out and offend with the word.
That's right.
Because a brother is hard to be won back when you offend in the word. So rudeness don't mean that.
That's right.
Oh, dumb knucklehead. Say, who your daddy, Curly Stooges? You can't do that to nobody.
Nah.
No, it's your daddy. Let's get some more people here.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 4.
Yeah.
Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am the Most High, your Elohim.
So it was a boy out at New York camp that made a molten god of himself, had a dial made of him. He called himself the Holy Spirit and charged almost $700-800 for that dial and ordered every member to purchase that dial of himself.
That's right.
An idol. And they will cuss you out for saying anything about that idol maker and worshiper.
Exactly.
Let's get some more.
Where you at?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 5. And if ye offer a sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Most High, ye shall offer it at your own will.
You should do what?
Offer it at your own will.
As we keep on going, you're going to see this whole program of the Most High is all free will.
That's right.
He's not going to have you like a robot. He's not going to program you like a robot. But he's going to chastise you to your face. If you break his law, you won't have to guess what you did. When you have a vision or you have a dream or that return to that come, it's going to be right here in your face. And you're going to see you and why it's happening. He don't just start whooping you and say, I'll tell you next week why I'm whooping you. He give you recompense to your face so that it's without excuse.
And you know why you being whooped.
You know why you being whooped. It come to mind immediately.
Yeah.
Your conscience tells you.
And it won't be no guesswork.
Yeah.
What else we got, bro?
Verse 6.
Yeah.
It shall be eaten the same day ye offer it, and on the morrow. And if aught remain until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire.
So we have a sacrificial way that how long we can hang on to leftovers. Leftovers should be through after the third day. They still in the refrigerator? Maybe a problem, even though you're preserving it. But anything sacrificed or thank to the Lord after the third day, you have to get rid of it. You can't just let it keep lingering on. You can't put the Passover plate in the freezer and say, I'm going to eat it in June.
Right.
Verse
Verse 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
And if it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable.
It is what?
It is abominable. it shall not be accepted.
So he tell you how many days you can eat it while it would be accepted, but we're getting on our own mind. Well, you don't smell it. Do it smell like it's rotten? It's the third day. What that smell like to you?
Ain't no more on
we can eat it then, see, and they'll change the law of God that quick. Because of what it looks like to me.
Look good.
Yeah. They'll do the same thing with loose women. They find themselves itching and then say, well, she didn't have no bumps on her face.
She didn't
what
look
does that
stiff.
got to do with it?
Hey, before we go any further, Dave,
Yes, sir.
you're telling me if we eating at bring some food home from a feast day, we have to eat it before the third day?
There can't be no LOs, leftovers,
Right.
until the third day.
You know that.
Yes, sir. See, and this is what we talking about. This is ever learn.
Right.
Every day you say, okay, I can add that so I can walk more justly. I knocked that one off. See, but these are just dietary type of laws that we're readjusting. But what we're talking about is that felony list. You gonna say? Be careful out there. Watch the devil. We're gonna try to put you on that felony list.
He can go to hell.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he already had that way. He want company. Go ahead. He wants some black sheep. Action ride with it.
Right.
What you got? 2 by you good?
No.
Okay, let's get some more, y'all. Let's get this code up. Liza, Ryan, and Reed. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
Therefore, everyone that eateth it shall bear his iniquity.
What shall he bear?
He shall bear his iniquity.
Uh-huh.
Because he hath profaned the hallowed thing of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And that soul shall be cut off from among his people. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard.
And he telling you why. It's your property, it's your tree, but don't gather everything. This is why. Go ahead.
Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Most High.
He said you got to, if you're being blessed, bless somebody else. There's a lot of unfortunate people, but it's saying outside of your property, if a tree go over and it got apples on it, everything that fall off is fair game. If they climb over your fence, they steal it.
Right.
If you find corn going through corn patches, it say you can pick them up off the ground. They got the husk on them, so it ain't like they just laying in filth. You can put them in your bag, but you can't pick off of nobody's thing and put them in your bag.
Right.
You stealing at that point.
Yeah.
He's made a provision for you to eat because life is more than the raiment. Starvation is bigger than the sense of saying, well, I'll die because I ain't got nothing to eat. No, there ain't no law that says do this from that perspective and then try to justify oneself. Because the mark of the beast comes. And they gonna tell you ain't gonna be able to eat unless we know for sure you got rid of that Bible. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to eat? Or what you want to do? So we just want to be careful that we don't say it justifies you being a bum or something. Or just hang out, put your tent up around somebody overhanging fruit, so to speak. No, you can't do that either. This is a passing through type of thing. To give you energy to keep going. Not to set up shop there and eat for free.
Right. I found the spot.
I found a spot, man. Come on over here, Mr. Johnson tree. It hangs over. I got 20 apples yesterday. Then you start to move his fence back. And his yard gonna get short and short. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Then the fence will be down.
What you got, sis, back there? Yeah, it sure will be. What you got, sis?
Daniel, I just want to share with everyone that Whole Foods have their palm reader. That's anybody that has the chip in their palm.
They got the palm reader at Whole Foods now. See, and this is what we're talking about, y'all. So it ain't about a diet if you grab all of the clean food and you go up there and do this. Cheap! What that mean?
Right.
What do that mean at that point? Well, look, I'm going to tell you what it means, mister. It means that you went the way of Esau and you sold your birthright for one morsel of meat.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
That Hebrews 11. Sold your birthright. That's what the mark of the beast is. You're selling your birthright. For what? One morsel of meat? You think the Antichrist gonna give you the perfect Ruth Chris type of steaks and the high dollar place every day?
Boy, hell.
No, it'll be pig fat and chicken toenails daily. Let's get some more. Yes, sir.
Verse 11.
Yep.
Wait, it's a question in the
This one?
about the 3 days.
Yeah.
And they asking about, Brother Eric Coyle say,
Shalom, Brother Eric Call.
so for understanding, leftovers ought to be thrown away on the 3rd day, not all leftovers.
No, what we're talking about is sacrificial
Right.
leftover. We're
Feast
talking
days.
about feast days. We're
Right.
talking
Feast
about
days.
special meals to the Lord that you're thanking Him for.
Yeah.
You know, that you said, Lord, I'm preparing this meal. If it's just a meal on the side, you invite everybody over. You want to talk to them about the Lord. If it's a sacrifice of your own free will,
Right.
you say, I'm doing this for the glory of the Most High. This is what we understand. It's not just I'm helping my brother out. That's a different thing. But when you make an offering to Him,
That's right.
He say 3 days, it's a done deal with me.
Yeah.
You know, that's enough. You know, the 2nd day, you start going into the 3rd day, you got to burn it in the fire. You got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because things start to set in. Look, 72 hours is 72 hours. If we dead for 72 hours, rigor mortis set in.
Right?
You lock up. You are dead. That's what ain't nobody been brought back to death but the Messiah like that. 72 hours, no corruption set in. So He's not going to have a feast or something you offer to Him that 72 hours get in.
Right.
It's corruptible at that point. If y'all understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Let's get a little more.
Back in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and we're at verse 11.
Yes, sir.
Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
In this neighborhood.
And ye shall not swear by my name falsely. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy Elohim.
Man, I'll swear, man, for the living God, if you... No, you can't swear falsely.
That's right.
Because we'll swear falsely, the minute trouble come, won't we, like?
Yeah.
Boy, be swearing falsely, boy, like you ain't never heard before.
I put that on my
I
mama.
put that, then start swearing on other people. I put
Right.
that on my mama, my baby. For your bad behavior.
On her,
Go ahead.
I am the Most High.
Yeah.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob
Ain't
him.
no jack moves for your neighbor. Go ahead.
The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning.
If you hire somebody to do a job, don't hold on to his money.
Right.
When you tell him I'm going to pay you when the job is done, not tomorrow,
Pay him.
unless that was already given instruction. Now look, man, if the payroll don't come in, it will definitely be tomorrow. But you can't tell him when the work is over, then I'm going to pay you, but hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Damn, I said I was going to get it to you.
Right.
But even if you have agreed to pay him tomorrow, and the money comes before tomorrow,
Pay him then.
You need to pay him then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because tomorrow may not come for him.
It may
Or
not
you.
be promised. Absolutely. That's why he say don't hold. At least his family will get it for his wages.
Right.
Pay me now.
Pay me now, mister. That's exactly what the deal is. Why do I have to wait? The work didn't wait.
Right.
Work completed.
It's done.
Let's get some more.
Verse 14.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not curse the deaf,
Uh-huh.
nor put a stumbling block before the blind,
Uh-huh.
but shall fear the Most High. I am Yahweh.
So when we look at this spiritually, curse those who have their ears stopped up. Sometimes these houses of deceit will stop their ears up of individuals. They will tell you, you don't want to hear the truth. They will stop their ears up, so we can't just curse them out and put a curse on them. Oh, you need to just go. You ain't worth nothing anyway. Just go on. You ought to go to the lake of fire. You ain't worth nothing anyway. No, we can't curse the deaf or the blind or those who can't see what we're saying. The Most High open their eyes up. Sometimes individuals are blind for a certain reason to a certain time period. It may be for their personal life.
Right. But all for the glory of Elohim.
Yes, sir. It may be a road to Damascus like Saul was. Blindness and then straighten you out. Let's get some more.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor,
Oh, man, he ain't got nothing, man. Come on, give him a break, man. Go ahead.
nor honor the person of the mighty.
No, man, look here, bro. I'm telling you, if it's on his team, boy, you on a team.
Yeah.
Man, that's mighty Joe Young, I hear they call it. Go ahead.
But
Yeah.
in righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor.
In righteousness shall you judge your neighbor. So once again, we understand in this neighborhood ain't no compound living. Everybody don't have everything in common like they try to teach you. Everybody throw it all to one pot. This just said there's separation of poor and rich in that neighborhood.
But no, you can't treat either one any better
any
than the
special.
other.
But you don't take my riches and
Right.
spread it out, and
Right.
you rewarded me with my riches to spread it out to somebody that may not want to do the same work.
Exactly.
It don't work that way.
Exactly.
But the poor you don't forget about. Just because they may have done something to put themselves into poverty, don't forget them if they still in the neighborhood. Because if they're in the neighborhood, they done said, I done did my time.
Right.
I'm trying to rebuild. I'm looking for a second chance to live in the neighborhood. You got a second chance. You just can't do that other stuff that got you put out of the neighborhood. So we'll put you right back out of the neighborhood again.
D-E-D-A-D-O.
There to go. Yeah, yes sir. Let's get some more. Go
Verse
ahead.
16.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Among who?
Among thy people.
Uh-huh.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor.
Uh-huh.
I am the Most
So
High.
no tail burn, no blood against that neighbor talking about out here, I'm going to kill him, tell him if he see me, it's like that. It's on sight. Y'all,
Yeah.
we can't do none of that. The Lord won't be with you. If we can recall back probably every fight you lost, you started. The ones you didn't, you won. At least it was that way with me.
Yeah, well, I ain't have to
Yes,
have
sir. That's I'd say I shouldn't have started that one. Shit, that one hurt a little bit.
You say you should have left home.
Yeah, put some salve on that boy. Look at it. Go ahead, bro.
Little girl beat you up in the
Beat up,
fourth
man.
grade.
Look here.
Boy.
Them windmill actions hitting off the nose and where the
Punches
neck
coming
meet the
from everywhere.
shoulder, where the neck meet the shoulder like that. Boy, you can't get no defense. Boy, ain't no defense for that, but leave it alone.
Call yourself liking
Boy,
it.
look here. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get some more. Let's get some more, yeah.
Verse 17.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
No player hating, y'all. No player hating. You can't just say, I just don't like him. You
Right.
can't say that, I just don't like her. Why? I just don't know. It's a, no. You have to know according to this. You have to know why. So that we may know. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor
Uh-huh.
and not suffer sin upon him.
And not suffer sin upon him. See, you can't make nobody be scared of you. And then the sin come upon them. Like you're saying, threatening, when I see you, it's like that.
Right.
People are scared. As soon as they see you, they're up the pistol first.
That's it. Yep.
Kill you now, he got to go to the penitentiary because of your threats.
But you done thought about it. You wasn't even gonna do
Wasn't
nothing.
going to do nothing, y'all.
And
So,
now you sitting up shot.
no, look. You know, a silent man, like the Messiah say, you know, as thou sayest, you know, but you fat mouthing about what you gonna do, you gonna get the Sonny Corleone. You telling me what you finna come and do. And you think I'm just gonna wait right here, and then I'm gonna turn down Kings Highway, and when I make that right turn on Natural Bridge, player, be in St. Louis Avenue, when I pull up on St. Louis Avenue, well, I'm gonna be on the other side of St. Louis Avenue. And when you pull up looking side to side, guess who's gonna be on the back on the trunk? See, that's what the Most High don't want us ever to do. Threaten nobody. You could be angry, but what? You can't sin. You can't tell nobody I'm finna be the judge and the jury. When I see you, it's like that. What that mean? What do those words mean?
You better see me first and
Yeah,
hope I don't see
boy,
you.
look here. That's what it means.
Cause now I'm scared of you.
Boy, look here.
Cause I know you mean
Yes,
business.
sir, you mean business. And a scared man will kill you quicker than
That boy don't
anybody.
play.
And you know,
What you got, Imam?
so Brother David, here's a question. So because of the fact that the people, you don't, okay, straight to the point. You don't think the Father see their heart when you say you don't like somebody, the Father see your heart and you judge by that? I've been reading on that.
Well, what we do is we make a reason for him not to see it. But you know what's going to always set it back right? All you have to ask is, did you follow the laws of disagreement? Did you follow the law of why you feel like that in your heart? If they say no, then we know they're fully aware of the law. They just won't come to it. Now, the script does say you can retain sins on earth and you can release them. Sometimes some people may say, what they did or what they transgressed against me, I will never forgive them. That's different from saying, I hate you in my heart. See, the only hatred we got is Psalm, 139, 2 by 138, perfect hatred. And perfect hatred means that they say, not only do I hate you, but I hate the God you serve. I hate him more than I hate you. I hate his laws, I hate his statutes, I hate his judgment. Then you can hate that individual in your heart as well. Because he means you know good. If he hates your God, what do you think he think about you?
Right.
And if he tell you to his face, that's the only hate like David had for Goliath. He said, how y'all gonna stand around here and let this uncircumcised heathen talk about our God like that? He's talking about our God like he's just some chump God.
Right.
Y'all stand around here and they got shields and all.
Right.
Boy, if y'all, it's a movie out now. What's that movie called where they doing like David? It's a new David. Well, anyways, it's out there on Netflix. I forget what it's called, House of David. They show a Goliath. And I'm talking about they showing them how they had to hide him in caves and different things, and the mother who buried him. But when you see this Goliath, you truly gonna understand 9 cubits and a span. You truly gonna understand he was 2.5 foot taller than Shaquille O'Neal. And 300 more pounds than Shaquille O'Neal. He's 7'2", 300. So Goliath is almost 10 feet tall, almost 500-600 pounds. And I'm talking about solid as a rock. And when you see that new movie, when they do that, however they doing this animation, and you see the average man right here, and it's below his belt buckle, and it's a tall man right there below his belt buckle, you will understand what David saw. David like, this means nothing to me. I killed a bear and a lion with my bare hands. And you think I'm going to stand around and listen to this that can talk? And label this name for our God?
Right.
Let's get some more.
What you got, Aki?
I got a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Brother Tobiah Ben Yehuda asks, can we correct each other? And what gives us the authority to correct each other?
Matthew 7, judgment. You can judge matters, but you can't judge individuals. And what I mean judgment is you give them the sentence of condemnation for their sin. We can't do that. We cannot give anybody the what we have to do if they won't change their behavior, it gives us instruction.
Right.
If a brother or a sister in the camp won't act right, it gives us instructions to say, well, we can't eat together with them until some get right. This have to be resolved. So you cut that individual off, but we don't put them in the lake of fire.
Right.
Only individuals that get put in the lake of fire, we try to pull some out of the fire, but if they don't want to be pulled off, you're like, look, well, Satan wants you then. Apparently, that's where you want to be.
Right, but like you're saying, you can correct your brother if
Absolutely.
you see him doing bad behavior
Absolutely.
or wrong behavior.
Reproof is
If you
called.
don't love your brother, don't correct him.
Don't correct him.
But
If you don't love him,
then
right.
you gotta tell him, bro,
You got to
going
tell
out.
him, bro, you tap dancing on thin ice.
Exactly.
Said
So-
this book is for reproof and correction.
Yeah.
And instructions in righteousness.
Instruction in what, bro?
In righteousness.
So that's what we can do, but that's not condemnation. That's not
right.
judgment.
There you go. That's
Judgment
the
will be, I found you guilty of this, and I'm going to call everybody, and we're going to stone you.
And we gotta take you before
For
the
the
council.
council, yeah, and we're going to stone you to death and all of this. No, it ain't none of that foolishness. Or we're going to whip your word in, get on all four and bend over. And grown men give you 40 stripes.
Uh-oh.
No,
None of that. And if
none
you
of
going
that.
for that,
No,
stop
something
it.
else is wrong. Yeah, go ahead. Let's get caught up, y'all.
Leviticus 19 and verse 18.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most
Now
High.
this is going for everybody inside of the neighborhood.
Right.
See, it's tomorrow, and you may have squabbles going through this war, like we had squabbles in the wilderness preceding going to Jerusalem. There will be misunderstanding. It's not saying everything will work out perfect, because perfect ain't here yet. Perfection is on its way though, but we have to get ourselves in position. He said, in the meantime, these laws will keep you tight. They keep you tight knit, and it keeps your HOAs running smooth. Y'all keep them dogs outside of these walls if you do this. But y'all understand what I'm saying? So we have to stay tight-knit. And what that means is not create chaos or violence inside the neighborhood. You hear of a drive-by shooting in this neighborhood?
Right.
What you mean, man? He killed what? Who in the neighborhood? He done lost it like that. Oh, he got to go. He got to get out of there.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
Ye shall keep my statutes.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
Yeah.
Neither shall a garment mingled with linen and woolen come upon thee.
And a lot of people think, well, what's the curse behind that? All it's telling you is that one fabric is thinner than the other one, and you have on woolen and linen. If you make a wrong move, some part of your body may be exposed because it's going to tear apart.
It's gonna rip.
You can't have light and heavy things together and moving like it's all one material. Something's going to bust open.
And just like with the seed,
Yeah.
some plants are compatible with others are not.
Yeah.
So sometimes you think just because they're all vegetables, one may cancel out the other.
Yes, sir. Or like an ox and a donkey pulling, or ox and a mule. One of them have longer legs. So you got one with longer legs, and you got one with shorter legs, both of them in the front. One leg is moving too fast while the other one is galloping. The other one can't keep up his leg too short. He's gonna finally roll over and gonna be dragged and just being dragged by the one with the stronger leg. That's why you can't mix animals. See, that's where we started to get animals that's real short. You know, got short legs but a Rottweiler body. Wait a minute, I just got Chihuahua legs and a Rottweiler body. You mixing two wrong. You mixing gender kind wrong. What you got, bro?
Frankenstein.
Donkeys with a horse.
With donkeys with a horse make a mule. Make a mule, and look, but the mule is always sterile, so it's only used for work. Only thing it's used for is work, so it can't reproduce. Who is that? Okay. John, see who that is if you're doing, bro. Go ahead,
Verse 20.
if you will. Thank you, sir.
And whosoever lieth carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid.
That is a what?
That is a bondmaid.
She's a maid in the house. Go ahead.
Betrothed to an husband. And not at all redeemed.
Right.
Nor freedom given her. She shall be scourged.
What shall she be?
She shall be scourged. They shall not be put to death because she was not free.
So listen to understand. A lot of people say, so did that mean I can have a sex slave? No, that don't mean that at all. It says she was engaged, but he ain't paid the fee yet.
Right.
So I can't technically call it adultery like that because the dowry ain't been paid, the fee ain't been repaid to release her.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give y'all a little whoop.
Yeah.
A little whooping for you rear in, so you just don't think that we can always put ourselves in this position. Oh, okay, okay. Here, look, go that way, go that way.
No,
Where-
you
where-
can't go neither way.
You know
That
where
thing's
it
subject
is?
to falling.
Okay, well, grab it, see if you grab it. Hold that up for me. Yeah, hold that up for me. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Verse 21.
Yes, sir.
And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the Most High, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for a trespass offering.
Yes, sir.
And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Most High, for his sin.
For his what?
For his sin which he hath done. And the sin which he hath done shall be forgiven.
So we see that if you do this, it's a sin. So ain't no license to just get bondmaid.
Right, right.
You know, the redeeming is in there. And if she know it, but she ain't been spoken for yet, the money ain't been paid, and she say, well, we can do it early. No, there's a punishment to pay. It's not death at this point, but it's always punishment for disobedience. And some punishments, and I'm saying this really quickly, Area, some punishments are what's called self-punishment. When you do certain things, like if you get with a woman that you ain't supposed to be and you have a baby, and then you realize, and God forbid you ever let this come out of your mouth to her, how I know it's mine?
Right.
See, you should know it. Because if you don't know it's yours, then you already had in your mind that I'm raw dogging.
Yeah.
I don't know who you've been with and I'm raw dogging. What if she like Mighty Joe Young? What if she like King, the dog? And you don't notice what she into, bestiality on the side. And there you raw dog. Now you itching and howling and don't know why. She didn't have no bumps on her face. Let's get some more. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food,
Yeah.
then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you. It shall not be eaten of.
Let's understand this perfectly. So when tribulation comes, it ain't gonna be no time to plant trees because you got to give them that much time to nurture. You can't eat none of the fruit that comes off of it within them years. It's against the rules to let a tree itself mature. So in a time of trouble, how y'all think we gonna just people just give you law, plant a garden in the backyard, plant a garden in the yard, and the famine hits next year? You inside, you couldn't eat the fruit anyway. You can't pluck it off. Time don't make you change the law.
Right.
You can't just start eating because it's tribulation time. Then what do we do about 70 AD Babylon when we ate our own children? Do they get to go on the list because they ain't let no food in or let nothing go out? Do we get to alter because tribulation come into my life, we get to alter the law? No, tribulation in my life because of iniquity. Let's get some more.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise the Most High withal. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Most High.
And how would this work with somebody living in an apartment?
Right.
Do we ever think about people dwelling places? What does all this fruit vineyard thing got anything to do with somebody locked down doing 20 to life? These laws still apply, but they have to apply differently.
Right.
They can apply. You could ask them, sir, where these apples come from? Be glad you get something to eat. Take this and get on in your cell. You can say, are these apples at least 3 years old? The tree that it come from?
Right.
It don't stop the law no matter where you're at. They like, hell no, this only apple you gonna get. You got a choice to make. You can take a bite out of it and ask forgiveness and hope a worm don't swallow down and you take a punishment for it and guts explode. Like you've been drinking Hennessy and eating birthday cake at the same time. But disobedience is what disobedience is. It comes with a punishment.
Yes, sir.
Whether how small or how large, it comes with a punishment. Because it's disobedience.
Flat out.
Let's get some more.
It ain't no right way to do
No,
something
ain't no,
wrong.
no, boy, ain't no right way. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe time.
So we got people that won't eat meat, but yet they doing enchantments. So where we at now? Let's get some more.
Verse 27.
Yeah.
Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard.
So they say, oh, you can't have a bald fade, you know, but if we look at it again, who got a block head in here? Who head is square? I'm talking about who head have corners on it. Let me look in there. Who's a block head?
Boy, you got me looking around.
Boy, look at here. See, they're trying to hold you to the letter of the law on this, but it has to be a blockhead individual for you to round the corners of his head.
Right.
That's rounding the corners of his head.
And see now how I'm wearing my hair now, like in a fro, it's rounded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does that mean I can't round this? Or?
No, what it simply means is destroy your hair from growing back. Destroy the hair follicles. Nor mar. The key word is mar.
Right.
Mar means to completely destroy. So if you just keep doing this, or like some, back in the day, we had a young man who had a full beard, like Zeb and Nat Turner combined. He was in the 7th grade. So his mother would take him to go get waxed so he wouldn't look like the substitute teacher all the time. So they would get all, you know, and he would wax every day. And finally, it just killed those follicles. Only thing about that, it'll keloid over. And then nothing else will ever grow. Hair will never grow. It says you can't do that with your head. You can't mar it so hair never grows back. See, because we polled our heads. We cut all the hair off. You come off a Nazarite vow, so it didn't mean that. You always see, and they shave their head, but when you see the word mar means to destroy so hair follicles can't grow back.
Right.
We can't do that. But a bald fade, the barber got you in 2 weeks again. You like, man, you got any clippers that last for a month? These haircuts getting expensive.
It ain't the clippers.
right. Yeah, what you got, Mom?
So they had something that just came out about the military. They won't allow, they say if a man, because our men have grow in hair, in hair.
Follicocytical Barbie or whatever it's called. It's the name for it.
And they,
But the last part of it's called Barbie. Go ahead, yeah.
and so now they're saying that they won't go along with the our men being in the military, which.
Well, they had got rid of that, but most men, they can get a shaving waiver. If you bump up, if it causes the hair to go back in and bump up, and you have that bumpy neck look all down here, and then you get the leather face. That's what they call Marines, because they keep making you shave so it just get darker and it looks like a beard, but your skin just have been raked over so much, it's keloid over, it just look like leather almost. That's why they call them leather necks and stuff, you know, when they keep forcing them to shave. Well, we can't do that. Our race of people can't do that because the hair grows out and it curls back in.
Right.
And it gets up under the skin and you'll be bumped all up. So you have to get a shaving waiver. You can get it if you can prove by a doctor that this affects me, and they won't make you shave.
Every 90 days, so, and you gotta keep going back and forth.
No, I'm just saying one shaving waiver should do it. You know, it's just like a shot vaccination letter.
It wasn't 90 days when I was in there. It was just once.
Yeah, and you have to explain to him. Trump ain't bringing that back because his vice president, all them got beards and different things. They're not gonna get into that. The military ain't gonna. What the military had just said is transgenders gotta go. We're going to back. Don't ask, don't tell. If you like biting on a pillow or some other action, you better not tell us, or we're gonna put you out of here.
Right. If you got your
So
boxes on
you're backwards with the, you know, slit in the back. We're putting you out of here.
Get out of here with that.
So that's what they're doing. But as far as shaving waiver, they got way past these things that cause problems. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Where we at? That's good, Imam. What you got?
Right here, Daniel, I was reading this. It says, an ancient, dang.
You gone? Where you going? Woman, don't leave me. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead. What you
Don't be bringing your personal problems to the table.
What you got?
It says in some ancient pagan cultures, individuals, particularly those involved in religious rituals or mourning practices, would shave or mutilate their beards and round the corners of their heads as part of their practice.
That's what we're talking about, y'all, because it's all the practice of another God.
It's about another
or worship
God.
of another God. But don't let them get technical on you and say you ain't even supposed to have a fade, because technically you shouldn't have on no Nikes then.
Right.
Nike is the sports God. What you doing with them shoes? Get out of them shoes. Get out of them Adidas. That's the sports God. So we ain't gonna get down to them things. And get out of them fruit of the loom with them mixed divers. It tell you on the label they mixed up.
Every day.
But see, we ain't gonna start to go that far because we don't play the law like that. You know, it gives a reason why we don't do what we do. It's not to be guessed at. Everything we read, there's a reason why he don't want you to do it. And it may not be what you think.
Right.
A lot of times it's just simple. Your cloth will tear away. If you make woolen and linen together, something's going to be weaker than the other substance. And then you can't have one item that stops sweat and the other one that brings sweats on.
Right.
Wool brings sweat on.
That's confusing.
Linen eliminates sweat, so to speak, so you don't sweat. Now, what, anybody having a white wool party this summer?
Uh-oh.
Get out your wool, dog. Get your wool this summer. Get your white wool out. Boy, it be sweating like you ain't never seen. Sweating all in the crotch. People electric sliding. Sweat stains everywhere. In wool and itching at the same time. Go ahead. I wasn't going to add that, but since y'all did, y'all.
Verse
Go ahead.
Verse 28.
Yeah.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
No cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Go ahead.
Nor print any marks upon you. I am the Most High.
It said, nor print any marks upon you. Now, we've done these things in the past, but that, as we were, you can't add no more.
Right.
That has to be your last tax.
Thank you. Yeah.
No markers and really no RIP tax. Because you don't know if that individual resting in peace.
Right.
And you got that marked on you. Nor can we put scriptures on us. You can't put on her Psalm 23 and then you clown it.
Yeah.
How you got Psalm 23 on her and we're praying hands and you in the devil's house? What you doing? Got them on there so you think that gonna prevent the evil where you going into? Be with me, hands of prayer, as I go through this dark passageway of evil and debauchery that I know all should die by hands here.
It said, gird up the loins of your mind, not of your arm.
Yes, sir. Let's hear some more. Yes, sir.
Verse 29.
Yeah.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a what?
To be a whore.
And how men would do that is they would have fake hymen sheets. You know, they act like she was a virgin, and then they find out he pimp her out to the next individual. Y'all, dowry was a hot thing back in Israel, pimping out their daughters. They say Pastor Dow doing that now to other people's daughters, pimping them out and getting a dowry. And what I say is what's out there. Go ahead, bro.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
Let the land fall to whoredom. We got people saying, as long as Nasty Red getting that paper, what's wrong with that? As long as Megan Stallion getting the paper, what's wrong with that? And I'm talking about a father that would accept that. You know, now you go to a barbershop that don't nobody know you, they father, or that woman's father, and then a video come on, you will hear what people think. You gonna get mad at everybody in the barbershop? Because they may say some vile words about that daughter of yours. Shalom. We have to be extra careful. These are along those lines of making a whore out of your daughter. Signing these contracts and you put them in the hands of R. Kelly.
Right.
Where he say age ain't nothing but a number. He starts at 12 and working backwards. And you give it to her for the big contract. Y'all, we have to be careful, y'all. It's even along them lines. How you gonna let him stay with a grown man and he's 13 and you put him into the grown man for what? And I ain't there nowhere near close by in the other room. It's about that paper. That you a prostitute out, y'all. Prostitution fall on a line we don't really think, y'all, because it's about law keeping and law breaking. How you gonna put her into the hands of somebody to say we're gonna have her sing in the felony list? We're gonna have her act out the felony list, and it pays handsomely. Let's get some more.
Continuation of verse 29.
Yeah.
And the land become full of wicked.
What the land become of?
Full of wicked. Verse 30.
Yeah.
Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits.
Don't even bring them up.
Neither seek after wizards.
Don't go chasing.
To be defiled by them.
What's going to happen to you when you do?
You'll be defiled by them. I am the Most High, your Elohim.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy Elohim. I am the Most High.
Look, when a hoary head come in, an elder, older man that sometimes rise up, that's just a respect move. In case, you know, there's only the seat you sitting in, let him sit down.
That's right.
It didn't say worship him and fall to his kneecaps. No. We just read Revelation 22. If we'd have bagged up a little bit more, that angel he sent, John bowed down to him. He said, get up from there. You're going to get us both in trouble. Right. You can't bow to me. I'm just like you. I'm your brother. I'm just a supernatural brother. But we the same when it comes down to the law of God, because it's the same laws. They came from heaven, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Did they change because they come on earth?
No.
Let's get some more.
Verse 33.
Yeah.
And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him.
You should not vex him.
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you. and thou shalt love him as thyself.
Uh-huh.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Most High, your Elohim.
And what this ain't just talking about no anybody or a strange person just come in your house.
Right.
If it didn't have the ER on it, then you would understand it's strange. But this is stranger. This is one who was strange and now they changed. They're a stranger. They following the law, statutes, and judgments. Numbers 9, the whole time. One law for Israel, one for the stranger. If they in your neighborhood.
Exactly.
See, it's got to be the same law. Can't nobody break the HOA rules for this spiritual house. Nobody. And if they're amongst you, you can't vex them. You can't say, well, you know, your forefathers did this. No, well, you know, your forefathers did that.
Right.
Or my forefather would never had a chance to do it.
Exactly.
Now where we at? It's like that movie we'll tell you about David, that where Samuel the prophet is going to Saul and he tells Saul, I loved you like a son. And yet you do this. He say, but yet your sons took bribes and offerings. And Samuel's like, man, you come back with one.
Right.
But nevertheless, you and all your household dead.
Right.
Just like my sons had to die.
That's right.
So it's not down to because I love you like a son and my son's going crazy. They got to pay the price.
Yeah. Consequences of your action.
Let's get it.
Verse 35.
Yeah.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
Y'all understand that? No unrighteous in judgment. So when we do judgment, it can't be no unrighteous. It have to be strictly by the law of God if a judgment is going to be handed out.
Exactly.
The 2-witness rule for everything. The Bible tells you this how you deal with it. No unrighteous judgment, whether it's poor or rich. Go ahead.
In measure, in weight, or in measure.
And if it's a dove, give him a dove. Don't give him no stems and a few leaves. Imam just talking about something else. You know.
Genesis 1:29.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
So they say.
Verse 36.
Yeah.
Just balances, just weight, a just ephah,
Yeah.
and a just hin.
Yes, sir.
Shall ye have. I am the Most High, your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
Therefore shall ye observe all my statutes and all my judgments.
Yes.
And do them.
And do what?
And do them.
Let's get right back to Exodus 22, y'all. We just gonna run a couple of these, y'all, and we're gonna be out of here. We ain't got about 4 more. But we're getting down into the statutes and judgment of this neighborhood, y'all.
Right.
Yo, this neighborhood takes no exception. Once you let a little leavening in, once you let in unrighteous judgment, your neighborhood is through.
Yeah. Property values.
All your property value gone.
Yeah.
Y'all see what Jerusalem look like now? Y'all see how the property value plummeted? Right now it's war, it's tore up. Nations are trodden it underfoot. They lead the world in the gay pride parade in the Holy Land. In the Holy Land, they have the biggest gay pride parade on this planet. Marching down the streets with butt-out jeans on and children in dog chains and... We have to pray for Jerusalem, but we pray that the land rests. And see, we was working the land just like we read that we couldn't grow things. The land was supposed to rest after 7 years. We were working the land like a rented meal. We didn't get a land a break. The land say, I'm tired of y'all. I ain't growing nothing. I'm sick of y'all. The land got tired of us first and threw us out. And then we had to go. And yet we here playing fiddle-faddle and think we're going to take this behavior back to that righteous neighborhood. It ain't going to happen, y'all. In that neighborhood, they got a list. It's called the Book of Life. Because he said, enter therein. Well done, servant.
Right.
And he tell you, your house, your mansion, sits on that hill over there. Servants are there waiting on you. But it's going to be servants of our own household like Abraham had Eliezer. He thought Eliezer was going to be Isaac. That's how close his servant was. He sent that same servant to go get Rebekah for Isaac, trusting him with all the gold and the silk and the garment. He could have run off, but he was of his own household. Treat him like his own child. Y'all, because this ain't about kinfolk, this is about spirit folk.
That's right.
Let's get some more. Let's go to Exodus 22. Yeah, we may get to a point of understanding, then have you read the rest. For time's sake, we're gonna keep moving. Well, we got a good, oh boy, we got 42 minutes and some seconds. Yes, sir. Like I didn't expound on them seconds, boy. They figured out what I was saying. It's a smart group up in here.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, bro. Yo, this is what we start off in Exodus 22. These are laws. I don't know what word you can change this right here. If a man steal. I don't care what language you say that in. It's an action.
Thank you.
If they whooping you like this in China, bookie bar, bookie bar. Boogie bar is the results of some bad behavior. And when they get through, you're going to know not to ever do bookie bar again. What does bookie bar mean? He was stealing. Oh, we got bookie bar in our land. We whooped the same way. My mama whooped me about bookie bar. Yeah, let's get some more, bro. Go ahead. Yeah.
Exodus chapter 22, verse 1.
Yeah.
If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep.
Y'all see the repay on that? Y'all see how it's dealt with in them neighborhoods? You're going to wish you hadn't have stole that one because of what you have to pay back. That's all. Oh, is that quadruple? What's 4 times? Quadruple, boy, that's quadruple payback. The government do you like that. Take some money from the government you ain't supposed to get. What you were supposed to get, they're going to make you pay that back too because they consider the whole thing fraud. You could be getting 10 checks and 9 of them you got righteous, but that 10 check make you have to pay all 10 of them back. Because that one check you defrauded us.
You knew you wasn't supposed to get it.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Verse
Not
2.
that check. Go ahead, bro.
If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
Now, y'all, we already heard these things. Pull him in the house.
Right.
If he kick the front door in, you can't kill him on the front porch. Bring him in the house. Them all the rules. If he's in the house, this calls what is this called? This called self-defense, ain't it? This wounding a man to my own hurt. What do you mean the law say do not kill? If this individual breaks in your house and say, I come in here for raping and killing, and I'm starting with you first, man. Boy, it's going to be some trouble. Law and order is going to come out. That 9, shooting wildly to get him back out of that door. And if he get hit on the way out and die, that blood's on his hands, not on mine.
Oh, he gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Where we at?
If the verse 3.
Yeah.
If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
No, I can't pay it back, man. I spend all. Well, you got to work then, player.
Right.
Yeah,
you talking about work for food? This is your next out. You got to work to pay back.
Yeah.
You got community service, boy. Let's get some more.
If the thief be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass, if the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double.
See, this will stop all that carjacking if we bring these rules back. Because if you caught with somebody else's vehicle and you got their keys and they ain't gave you permission, punishment will be for them vehicles. It'll stop that carjacking overnight. Or you do the time of the cost of 4 vehicles for that cost of that car that you tow up. So that we don't do what that sister did and track that car to the service station and kill the people inside, and now she doing 2 murder, time for 2 murders.
Right.
Because she took it into her own hand. You found it, track them, call the P.O.Box and let them deal with it. Now you going to do 30 years for a car that ain't worth $10,000 or $15,000. So what's the average cost on that you have to pay for these lives? Well, you talking about a double up or triple up. About a material item, I know it's some things in your car you hate they do it. Aunt Kim would just come and take somebody's car, work hard for people doing. Well, you can't bring the law into your own hands.
Right.
You cannot. As bad as it sounds. It's a difference if a baby was in the back seat when they stole the car.
Oh, yeah.
But you was sleeping, they got it, or they got it while you was at the OJ's concert. Ain't no need you tracking it and killing it. Cause you ain't gonna never like it no way. It ain't gonna never be the same.
That's what
to
you
you.
pay for insurance for, man.
Right, and it ain't gonna never be the same. Every time you drive it, you're gonna have that bitter taste in your mouth. It don't turn right. The blinkers ain't working like they used to. And these seats smell funny. Let's get some going.
Who's sniffing seats?
Boy, look here. When you sit down in them, the smell will rush through your legs. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution.
Y'all see, this is what we talking about, make restitution. How you gonna put your cattle over in my land, you know, and eat up all my food from mine, and then put yours back on your land? No, you got to pay for all that was eaten. Right. See, this was the deal with David and Abigail, Nabal and Abigail. David was actually protecting Nabal's sheep and feed them no charge. I got you, player. We all Israel. But David said, I'm on the run from Saul. I just need some cakes and some raisins for me and my men. That's all we need, just for cake. You got raisin and cake trees out here. Nabal said, who you talking about? She said, David, the heir to the throne. After Saul is took down. No damn David. He's the one to let you watch your sheep. He provides security for free. No charge. Miss me with that.
Right.
I ain't had something to do that. Yeah, miss me with that. Okay, David said, well, ain't nobody gonna be able to piss all the men by morning. There'll be no pissers in your family. So Abigail had to do what she had to do. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But this is a difference right here. This man is actually feeding in your land and don't want to give up no money. Pull his back off your land and say, should have had a fence up. Let's get some more.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
If fire break out and catching thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindleth the fire shall surely make restitution.
Yo, they'll do it today with these fires that's killing up and burning up all these houses in California. If they find the individual who started that, they're going to pay restitution. Serious restitution, especially if lives is lost. So this the same way. You out there messing around, smoking and throw a cigarette in somebody's stack right there and they catch on fire, catch the whole house on fire, all the barn burn up, that's on you. Nobody pay for your bad behavior, not in that community. You're responsible for your own actions. This is a responsible kingdom. Where you acknowledge wrongdoing. What I do, what I owe you for that. I'll take care of you for that, bro.
Right.
I'll take care of that. Give me a little time or whatever it may be, but I'm going to take care of that. That was my bad. Man, I see you in court, nigga, about that. No, there's none of that. Not in that kingdom. That's out here. In the world. Let's get some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah. What you got, Imam?
You know, all of this that you're saying, the Father wants to make sure that when we go back to the kingdom, there is no corruption. So all of this he's taking care of right now.
Right.
If we can abide by these things, his commandments are the laws, we know that. But the laws here on earth with the wicked, which is what they are, they come with all these different calamities with it. And my thing is, the more I study, the more I see that he wants it right. It's got to be right.
Oh, they're going to be your way. His thoughts are not your thoughts. His ways are not your ways. Your ways have underlying hidden agendas. Even for righteousness. Just want to be seen of men. If you're rich, you do something that, you know, I took care of 3 families down there, but you're rich, but who is it the glory for the Lord or for yourself?
Well, seeing that you're telling everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we have to make sure that there's no favoritism for nobody, or we're not doing it for our own self. If you do it of your free will, then let it be known this from me. You know, if it's for the Lord, then let it be for the Lord. But every secret thing, whether it be good or evil, gonna be revealed.
See,
That's what we talking about. If it was for evil intent, you know, whatever it was for, all that's gonna be exposed because the Most High judged the intent of the heart.
That's right.
He said, I'm not worried about that product after the event. That's sin anyway. I know how to deal with that. I'm talking about why were you thinking that? And then He's gonna bring it back to your face and show you your thoughts. Just like you see your life flash before you, and it's all bad, you know I could be dying for either one of these things that's flashing before my face. The conscience is gonna be right here. This is why you hear a judgment day. Right here, everything, and it's gonna be flashing in a moment of time. And it'll flash so fast, you just gonna fall and you Lord have mercy, because you know what just flashed before your face. Some of that wickedness we done forgot.
you wanna fast.
Oh, they'll be fast and they'll be gnashing of teeth.
Weeping and
Weeping,
gnashing of
and you're
teeth.
going to have to say, but I've overlooked a lot of that because of what you did on this day. This saved your soul.
Right.
Welcome in. It could be as simple as the thief on the cross. Y'all understand what I'm saying? A living dog is better than what? Let's read some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double.
So if you take your jewelry, man, I gotta go, man. I'm gonna do a short stretch, man. Hang on to my jewels while I'm gone. Lock them up safe. I know you do that. And somebody break in your house and steal his jewels. If that burglar get caught, then the burglar is charged. But if ain't the burglar don't get caught, what happens next?
If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judge to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's good.
Well, look here.
You set it up.
Look here, you set the robbery up at your own house.
Me and my wife going to the store.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the door open.
Yeah, and the combination is on the side of the refrigerator on some of the blue tape to keep that painter's tape. The combination is there. Look on the side of the refrigerator when you go in there. Just bust that side window. Already got a replacement in the garage. And all I want is 30% off of what you get.
Oh, my.
Y'all, you see how the Most High knows what goes on in our thoughts? You keeping somebody else's jewels and you set up a robbery. Y'all, that's happening out here right now. Dope dealers getting set up. Athletes getting set up. The women are doing the setup. I'm going to show you, I'm going to call you and tell you the layout of the house. Y'all, this ain't nothing new. It's been in the Bible.
Well, you know, that reminds me of one of my friends, man, was going through a little drug problem.
Yeah.
And he was at his mama's house, and he was taking some things he shouldn't have been taking, but he decided to stage a robbery. He called the police, and they came on out. He busted the window to the house, but he busted it from in the house, and the glass was
Oh, boy, look, that's what crime do to you.
Yeah.
You know, you're never thinking because you're always on edge. They like, look at this glass.
I'm trying to break out the house.
They broke in, but the glass on the house.
Look, either that or he used a toilet plunger to bust it open. One or the other. Go ahead, bro. Read
your
some
name, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, read some more.
Verse 9.
But y'all, that's the state you'll be in when them strongholds get on.
Yeah, when they get on you.
Verse 9. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, that's a donkey.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. No, I just had to clear
let's
that
go.
up. Look, I had to clear that up. Like I said, look here, I had to clear that up, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry if the way I pronounced it makes you
Yeah.
Let's just get through this.
Go ahead, bro.
For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor.
So we seen this example with Solomon splitting the baby.
Right.
Two people complaining that the stuff is mine. The baby's mine. Hers dead.
I was split it.
They had to go to court. The only problem is the daddy ain't there for neither one of it. But these were two harlots, so they're just women having sex with no husband and had babies by the same individual. Babies looking just alike. They're in the same house. What a daddy at court and your baby finna be split in half.
Had another house?
She had another house. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2.
Sister Morgan, go ahead.
If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep
Yeah.
or any beast to keep, and it die or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it, then shall the oath of the Lord be between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's good, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
So the owner have to accept certain things, like you get certain things put in your hand, like look, I'm gonna let you drive the car. I already know the alternator bad, but the alternator go out on you.
Right.
See, I'm feeling bad because it went out on me, but you told me the alternator was bad. You know, I still feel bad because I'd rather for it to go out on the owner, but it didn't.
Right.
So there ain't no problem with me. I don't pay for that because I was already warned. Okay, got a bad alternator, so go light. Don't be sitting there playing the radio with the key off.
Exactly.
It ain't charging the battery like you. And get home before sundown because if you turn on them lights, the alternator ain't working. It ain't gonna charge the battery.
Right.
You got to get on by, make that move and get on by. But it break down on you. Now you got to get it towed and all of this. It ain't on the individual driving because it's already known that it's possibly that could happen. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Sometimes the owner still be mad. I knew I shouldn't. I knew it, but you did.
You should have followed your first
You
man.
should absolutely. Let's get some more.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof.
Y'all see how restitution paid? The Most High ain't giving up nothing. You pay somebody what you do to them. You get that straight with them so you don't have no enemies. Go ahead. That's why Ecclesiastes say money is a defense. It defends you from somebody putting that wood on your head and busting your head to the white meat. Restitution will do that. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for a witness, and he shall not make good that which was torn.
See, and if a wolf jump over in there and get it, that's circumstances ain't met. You park your car at somebody's house while you go out of town, and then we have a snowstorm, heavy hail with baseball-sized hail, but it ain't over at your house. That's not my fault.
And see, that's what the boys, the brothers of Joseph tried to do by taking their coat back.
Taking that coat back, we're going to say a wild beast ate him up.
Right.
Sure was thinking that like. Say a wild beast ate him up, y'all.
So they
and we
wouldn't
take the
be
coat back bloody, so we
they
won't be
wouldn't held
accountable.
accountable for it.
And y'all, these Israelites, these the original sons. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good.
Or if you got a malfunctioning thing, you sold me a lemon. No, he got to make good on that. Come on now, man. You said this was priceless.
Right.
You said it was vintage. It just got 3 hubcaps missing. And it's leaking oil.
I didn't say vintage. I said I'm taking advantage.
You said, okay, boy. Look here, my ears wasn't tuned right up, boy. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm taking advantage of that money you got in your pocket.
Yeah. If it found out, it's gonna be restitution. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire.
So, y'all, it's different things. Y'all see how the law get down into it so we don't play each other? So there's no slick game. So there's no watching. What's that term they use for ganking? Ain't no ganking. Ganking got us throughout the land. But we the gank champions now, ain't we? Gank somebody for anything. Won't we, bro?
Yep.
Let's get some more.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
That is not betrothed. She ain't got ain't nobody speaking for her, but she's
They ain't engaged.
yeah, go ahead.
and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
No, ain't no freebies. No. She's not a free male. She's a female. She comes with a fee. Free males get you in trouble. Free males make you pay heavy on the back end. As Ray Caruth. Go ahead.
If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgin.
If the father just don't want you to marry his daughter, no, I don't want no son-in-law like you, you piece of filth, then he has to up that dowry money. And don't you say nothing else about wanting to be with him either. You hear me, woman? Get away from around here.
Like Haman.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Thou should not do what?
Suffer a witch to live.
That's a warlock too. A lot of warlocks running around here. Go ahead.
Whosoever lieth with a beast.
Whoever do what?
Lieth with a beast. Shall surely be put to death.
See, ain't no, bestiality. Ain't no pass go on this one. Put to death immediately, it'd be confusing. Because that it's going to have a child one way or another, it may break through, and it's going to have the face of an individual that got with that animal, and then it'll die. Go ahead.
Verse 20. He that sacrifices unto any god, save unto the Elohim only, he shall be utterly destroyed.
Y'all see that? And then we'll have people that say, well, if y'all teach monotheism, there's only one God. Y'all scripts keep talking about other gods. Yes, there are other gods. People make gods.
Right.
People worship the sun as a god. But there's one creator we talking about. Right. We speak of monotheism in that perspective. But he has the power to make little g's. And he has power to give them. Hell, if you accept Lucifer as the god of this what?
Word.
How you gonna then fat mouth and say something different about what the Most High do? He made Messiah God. But guess what? He never broke the commandment. If we keep the commandments and get in the kingdom, we'll be considered little g's. Because we'll be part of Elohim, the Godhead. We'll be like the 24 elders around the throne that sing holy, holy, holy all the time. That's the Godhead. They're all considered gods because they're a part of a supernatural dwelling. Do that make sense? Yeah. That don't make them worthy to be worshipped. Right. Angels are supernatural, but we saw the angel in Revelation tell John,
get up.
Get up. Don't you bow to me. That's against the rules. And this angel is doing things supernaturally, revealing time to him in a span of a time. He's acting as the presence of God, doing godly things, but he's not God.
Right.
And God tells us who he'll make God. He said, Exodus 7, Moses, I'm going to make you a God to Pharaoh.
That's right.
Moses got beside himself and became a God to Israel. Struck that rock. Shall we give you water? Wait a minute, Moses. I said a God to Pharaoh. I'm the God of Israel. Not you and Aaron. And you got to pay for that.
But even in the commandments, he said, thou shalt have no other
God.
He didn't say, I am the
only God. Right.
He said, you should have no other gods before him, for he is a jealous God.
And he didn't create them.
That's right.
So when men create gods to be worshipped, Lucifer did that. He created himself and said, pride has told me that I ought to be God. What y'all think about that?
Right.
Yeah, well, pride said it.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
Thou shalt neither vex a stranger, nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Don't forget where you come from.
Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they carry out, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless.
Yes, sir.
If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury.
Heavy, if you know somebody's suffering and you know they struggling with they borrowing 100 from you, they really need 200, and then you put interest on that 100. You know, well look, I'm giving you 100, I want 150 back. We ain't supposed to put interest on our family members in our neighborhood. If you borrow 20 because you're only supposed to lend what you can afford to lose. So I'm only gonna lend you what I can afford to lose. So if you don't pay it back, it ain't really no harm to me. Yeah, I don't just give money away, but that money ain't gonna make or break me that I gave it to you, because I wouldn't have gave it to you if I could. Man, can you loan me $200? I got $37.38 I can loan you. Will that help you? I guarantee they ain't gonna say no, because that's gonna cut into the bigger pot. But you can't give nobody what you don't have. Now I'm gonna give you this. But see, now this Lucinda's car note money, and you got to get this back to me, boy. I'm gonna be sleeping in the garage now, and you would take that chance? Lucinda's money, yeah, she don't play. Where my money, Henry? You can't tell I loaned it to her, and you talking about her to go on the boat? Yeah! Let's get some more, bro. Go ahead. Where you at, bro?
Verse 26.
Yeah.
If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that the sun goeth down.
Like Samson, you know, when the riddle, he took all them skins from them clothes from the Philistines and paid the ransom with it. If you bet some clothing or something, you have to pay that clothes. If the Lakers don't win tonight, you get these Gators I'm wearing. They your size. These I just bought them yesterday.
Take them all.
And I got some don't stink foot soles in them. If the Lakers win, if they win, you leaving barefooted if they don't win. You got to deliver. This is why you have to be a fan and not a fanatic. You can like sports, but you can't bet the house on sports. How you gonna be living outside because of 5 individuals you don't know playing ball, and they could have got the yellow envelope to miss free throws?
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 27.
Yeah.
For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin. Wherein shall he sleep? And it shall come to pass, when he crieth unto me, that I will hear, and for I am gracious.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
So once again, little G with an S on it, just talking about people that's in authority to a point that where you may consider them God, like King Donald Trump, which he wants to be, sitting on 1,800 nuclear warheads that can destroy this planet 20 times. He's considered a god in that sense, lower G, because of the power that he had. And we told not to challenge him on certain things unless the power of God is with you. Moses would have never went up to Pharaoh if the power of God hadn't have been with him. So this is all it's saying. Men could be looked at in that sense. Hell, they call Jordan a god, because he fly through the air. And look, they have no problem letting that word come out of their mouth. Oh, it's just talking about sports. He's doing things supernatural. Well, you still saying it. And it's being accepted that he's a God. Yeah. So we won't play the little G game with nobody. They have no power unless the Most High give them power. There's no power on earth unless the Most High give it power. Let's get some more.
Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
That's right.
Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with this dam.
I mean, his mother.
On the 8th day thou shalt give it to me.
See, and that's what we're talking about. Even as for animals, even a man, because on the 8th day they circumcise a child. On the 8th day, right? That's giving them to the Lord. That brings them into the covenant. That's right. Let's get some more.
And ye shall be holy men unto me.
What kind of men?
Holy men unto me. Neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beast in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dog.
No, you can't eat a piece of cow that only a bear bit the hindquarters out. You're like, no, we're going to cut the rest of these hindquarters off. This good meat up in the front. Look at these shoulders. Look at these ribs. No, once it bites through it, the blood is circulating through the meat. It's foul. It's defiled at that point. You can't do it no more than you can pick up roadkill. But you better not tell nobody that in Mississippi about 50 years ago, but roadkill was a special.
There's a raccoon on my street right now.
Boy,
Get that good man.
Boy, look here. That was arcade.
Looking like a little dead burglar.
Yeah. One of those golden corrals. There was an arcade corral, right? A roadkill corral.
Said it caught you, nigga.
You know, Donald Trump daddy got rich off of selling horse meat in the gold rush.
Yeah.
People was running out of food. Horses falling off of cliffs where they ride. Donald Trump saying, no need burying them horses. Boy, he cut them horse meat up and put some Lorry seasoning and salt on them, and they had horse meat. Oh, look it up right now. Donald Trump daddy sells horse meat and get rich during the gold rush. It'll pop right up. Ain't bearing false witness on it. Y'all, let's get this next. Y'all, we got about 15 minutes and 67 seconds. So let's get right to Deuteronomy 22. I tell you what, y'all read all. Let's just get the first 5 of Deuteronomy 22, because I want to get into that Sirach while we got a little time, and we'll close out with the Hebrews team.
Boy, that's funny you talking about that roadkill. I worked at an engineering firm for a little while, and it was owned by some Hamites.
Yes.
And I was talking to one of them, and I said, what do y'all eat? He said, we eat everything that comes out of the bush.
Oh boy.
I'm like, man, what if it's dead on the side of the road?
Boy, now you understand why Jay called them bush eating Hamites.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means. If a human come out of that bush, he game.
Hey, they'll eat it, man.
He'll have lorries on him.
Waste nothing.
Let's get it, y'all. Deuteronomy 22 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 1.
Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother.
See, you supposed to bring it back. Like people sitting next door and your house got broke in, they sitting on the porch. Man, just y'all, man. We ain't seen nothing play.
Right.
And y'all been out here all day, man. I'm telling you, man, I believe I'm getting glaucoma. I didn't see nobody breaking your house. So you didn't hear the door being kicked in either.
Right.
You know, my throat was in how I'm making that noise. You know, I didn't hear him. Go ahead, bro. Cause that'll make you mad as hell. You know y'all saw who broke in my house. Y'all out there.
All day, every day.
Y'all can't go to work with neighbors like that, y'all.
Like Stanley on Friday.
As bad as the police is, it's a necessary evil. Cause you wouldn't be able to enjoy life away from your house if there was no police. If there was nothing criminals had to worry about. Let's get some more. You know, Deuteronomy 22 and 2.
Verse 2.
Put in that blue box over there.
And if thy brother be not,
Okay.
and if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it unto him again.
Y'all see that? That ain't finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Man, this Johnny sheep. Man, I can tell it got the tag on it, man. This is sheep, how I get out. I'ma hold it for him. When the word come out, man, they look, tell him, man, I got it, tell him I got it.
I'm keeping it.
I've been keeping it for him. I got it taken care of. But you can't do that no more than somebody drop money in a crowd and you put your foot on it and then pick it up and you whisper, does this belong to anybody?
Right.
Does this belong to anybody? But did nobody say nothing? Put it in your pocket. You can't whisper, you have to holler out. Did anybody drop a 20? Let's get some more.
Hey, but everybody can say, yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's got a red mark on it. What part of the bill is on? That ain't mine. I thought I got mine. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost things of thy brother.
Of thy who?
Brothers, which he had lost, and thou hast found. Shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself.
See, you can't hide from him and wear his jewelry that you know he lost.
Right.
You just gonna go out on the night he don't go out.
Right.
And you got still drink. You like this with his pinky ring showing.
Eventually he gonna find it.
Yeah.
He gonna see it
You
on
lost it with his stuff on the night he don't go to the club. Go ahead, bro.
Somebody gonna call him and tell him.
Yeah, they gonna
Man,
tell.
I thought you lost
Man,
your
I
ring.
see your pinky ring.
Johnny
Go ahead.
got your ring.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and
Uh-huh.
hide thyself from him.
See, and that's what he told the Pharisees when he said, y'all oxen fell in the hole and y'all got it out. What do you mean we can't work on the Sabbath and get out? Shalom, y'all. What's up, baby girl? Huh? What's going on? I was talking to baby girl. I'm a baby girl too. Tyler's wife. What's up? You don't know nobody? Go ahead, let's get this.
Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. Verse 5.
Yeah.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What should a woman do?
Wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Most High thy Elohim.
Y'all see that? So y'all, we have to be clear that men immediately will go and say women ain't supposed to wear pants, and they'll use Exodus 28, Ezekiel 44. But those were not pants, those were drawers. They were linen breeches or linen drawers. They were not pants. If pants are that short, men don't need to be wearing pants like that because them hot pants. If men wearing pants that in their thigh to their waist, them hot pants. You can't wear them in the summertime. Them sunbuns to be shown. You cause accidents and it's a man. You can't even wear them pants. And look, the first pair of pants didn't come to the 1400 and women wore them. Chinese made them because women rode horses. They didn't want their dress to fly up and you look under the dress. So they made them pants. Men wore warrior skirts back in the day, so don't let them buffalo you with your clothing. Women ain't supposed to wear pants. Women's zipper is on the left side, men's on the right. Women got hips in their pants. If you got on some women pants and you looking like one of them jockeys, you know how they have them wide hips, you got on some woman pants. This ain't all it is. All the shirts, women's shirts button up on the left side, men's button up on the right side. So you don't get it confused. And it says men, women, boy, girl. If you in that women's section, come on, you finna start a new fad. No, what you finna start is law breaking.
No, you can change that D.
Boy, look here. Let's get some more. Go ahead, bro. Let's finish this out. We ain't got about 10 minutes, y'all. Let's finish this out.
Oh, man.
Y'all, and that means don't wear her hair. Don't wear her behavior. That's the main thing.
That's
the
right.
raiment and get emotional.
Right.
Men ain't supposed to do that. All women ain't supposed to wear that to pertain to a man. She can't think like a man.
Right, like what that Steve
That
Harvey.
Steve Harvey, that's not logical for her to think like a man. She's going to act like a man. If she needs to think like a woman, can she have a manly stomach? Yeah, it's called courage. Like the mother and the 7 sons. But she can't think like a man. That's going to occupy. It's too much for her. The man has too much going on for her to try to think like him.
And herself.
And herself. Not saying it's belittling her at all, but there's a different responsibility for him. She can't think like him when that knock at the door at 3 o'clock in the morning. She can't go, lay down, Henry. This ain't for you. Who the hell out there at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Damn, Henry.
Boy, look here. This do dirty now. Get y'all ass away from her. She can't wear that. Because if they steal in the jaw, guess who they gonna blame? Man, you let somebody come in your house and steal your woman in the jaw? Well, she said she was gonna answer the door, but come on, man.
She said she can handle it.
She said she can handle it. Come on, man.
She answered the door and they be like, we here to see Henry. Henry can't get no
company. Yeah. No, she can't wear that to pertain to a man. Because she gonna give it back. She grabbed his man and put it in her purse. She said, now when you go to the club, you behave. You don't watch nobody but me. And then she get to the club and thinks she can talk to another individual there and say things to him and he slap her. Then she reach in her purse and give you back your man qualities and say, get him for me. Don't work that way. Let's finish this up, y'all.
Oh, man. Where am I at? Verse 6. Yep. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee, on the way in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young, or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
You don't never take a child from its mother. animals or humans. You just don't do it. If she's sitting on the nest or her, now you don't take her children from her. It's a difference if you walk up and there's just eggs in the nest and she ain't nowhere to be found. Now all you need is some meat to go with them scrambled eggs. Mm-hmm. But you can't just move her out of the way and grab her eggs.
We went over that last week.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days.
See, even the animals, y'all's rules about animals, we just can't buffalo nothing. You know, BB gun was some of our worst atrocities as teenagers, killing birds, killing squirrels.
They attacked me one day.
I shot a squirrel up under the stomach. It fell out the tree and it was crawling like this on his belly, and it was looking at me like this, like, you rotten mother, you ain't no good. Look. And after it died, you know, I felt so bad, I grabbed it and I put it in a bucket that was out there in the alley, and I filled the bucket with some dirt, and you know them green things fall off the tree, they smell real strong. I don't know them green little, like
brown
make them
things.
sticky ball. They was real strong, and I just covered it up with that. But that shamed me though, the way he was crawling, and like he looked back at me, you a lousy mother. And I got baby squirrels up here, you just killing for no reason. Hell, you ain't gonna even eat me.
Right, exactly.
Let's get some more, y'all. Go ahead, bro.
You know that's the beginning of
Yeah.
serial killers.
Yes, sir. Serial killers start off killing cats.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've seen birds and squirrels. There ain't no serial killer.
Yeah, it's always secretive. Verse 7, verse 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for the roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from this.
So a battlement is a railing. You can't have the upper deck. Come on, y'all, come on out on the deck. 3 floors up and you ain't got no railing around the deck.
Right.
Stay
Like,
away
watch
from
the
that edge.
edge over
Watch
there.
that edge.
And everybody like this with their drink. Every time you look around, they like this about to fall. Woo, all you fail. Woo, boy, that's what.
Somebody gonna
That was dangerous then.
Right.
No, you got to have a railing up or you're
Everybody back
responsible.
downstairs.
You're responsible if somebody fall off of that deck. You showing out.
Yeah.
Let's get some more.
Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Yeah, don't mix apple and orange seeds. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together.
Because their legs are different sizes. It's gonna make the
Uneven ground.
uneven ground. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together.
Right.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the 4 quarters of thy vestment, wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Now notice this, what it says. Y'all really, fringe is technically supposed to be with where thou cover thyself. You always had a tunic underneath, you know, and technically were those where the fringes were supposed to be? Versus ours, well, you can put them ours as well, but what's closest to you? You know, that's where it technically should be, what can't no man see. You know, or you call to remembrance, because it's bad when you see him with your fringes on. Every photo we look at to prove that we the Jews because they got beards, but yet we ain't looking at we being carried away captive and we got fringes on. Every one of them being carried away captive, and you got the law on, and somebody taking you to another land for disobedience, and we worried about the beards. See that? Them Hebrews, see them beards, them afros. What about them fringes right there? Where they going? Where they going to with them fringes on? And what is all the treasures of the kingdom doing falling behind them? Who got these treasures now, and where we going with them fringes on? Let's get some more.
If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her,
Right.
and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid.
Right.
Then shall the father of that damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
So every father that had a virgin and he gave her to a man and got the dowry, the hymen of a young woman, her first time, is different from menstrual. It's different colors. So the father would get that first time, she fold it up and have it just in case a man try to bring up an evil name. You know, he may be suffering swimming pool shrinkage and saying she been with somebody before. You know, and saying she been with somebody else. He had to bring that sheet and lay it out before the elders, and they will examine the blood. They like, no, man, stay out of the swimming pool. Don't get married again till you do. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
And the damsel's father shall say unto the elder, I gave my daughter unto this man of wife, and he hated her. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I have found not thy daughter a maid.
Yeah.
And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise
him. They gonna be ready. Look, man, why you doing all that, man? Why you put that name out there, man? This an upstanding man in the community. You gonna say that about his daughter? You know his daughter better than that.
Right.
What you do that for? If you didn't want it, you shouldn't have did nothing. You just want to get it and go about your business.
Right.
Let's get some more.
And that's what we got a lot of.
Yeah, we got a lot of that. Going about your business, is it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he had brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel,
right?
And she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days.
Now, if it's proved false, he can't never divorce her. There's no divorce law he can ever divorce her. These are called shotgun weddings. That's where they came from. Go ahead. What did it say? Like, go stop at 22.
Okay. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore.
To play the what?
To play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you.
And y'all really have to understand this one, because women had to be married. You couldn't be pregnant and come home, and the husband ain't with you. See, in Mississippi, they wouldn't allow you. Could be no girlfriend and boyfriend and sleep in the same room. Big mama, where we sleep? She say, you sleep on the couch. She sleep in the spare bedroom. What you mean where we sleep and y'all ain't married?
Right.
But see, what we have to understand is that marriage is a glorious institution
Yes,
of
sir.
Elohim.
Yes, sir.
When he created the animals and everything, that was all marriages.
Yeah.
And when Adam saw this and viewed how nature was presenting itself and multiplying, that's why he created a woman for Adam.
Yes, sir.
And mankind is never complete unless he becomes married to either a woman or a Messiah.
Yes, sir.
Man is always incomplete until he marries Messiah or a wife.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Yes, sir. Or unless, and look, he still have to marry, even if he make himself a eunuch for the king.
He still has to
like
marry.
Paul.
Right.
For the Most High.
I mean,
He took him so he's not complete. That's why he says a woman, when she leaves her mother and father, and her and her husband become one
flesh.
Because now he's back complete from that rib that was taken from him.
Yes, sir.
Now he's complete again.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Whether he takes a physical woman or he takes Messiah, these are the only two ways man can be completed again and go back to the nature of Adam.
Yes, sir.
In his created form.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, we're gonna hold that, Elijah. Y'all read the rest of it, y'all. We're just gonna read this last quick one in Hebrews 10, and y'all, we're gonna close out. I just want to get just a little bit of this Sirach 28, just a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it, y'all. We had Sirach chapter 7, but I want y'all to read that on your own. We're gonna get into a little bit of 28, and then I want y'all to read Sirach 29 on your own. Luke 12, and we're gonna close out with Hebrews 10. We're just going to read a couple of Hebrews 10, but I just want to get a little bit of this Sirach 28 in. Very important, y'all. And y'all, what we're talking about is behavior in that kingdom void of that felony list. Everybody out here can look at that 1 Corinthians 6 and 9 and that Revelation and say, I don't do none of this, or 3 of them I got to get rid of if I die tonight.
Right.
Now, we're not talking about somebody molest a child and he got it feminine way. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about, if they take the act and full well knowledge of it and accountable for it, and then they do it to somebody else. Then you're wallowing in your sin, so to speak, or the sin that's been put on you, and you're ready to spread it. But if it's caused damage to you, some harm to you, because, hey, look, these young men going to the penitentiary, they ain't got Uzis in there. They don't know how to fight, y'all. They ain't been trained how to fight like we did. There ain't no boxing gloves passed out like we used to do and go toe to toe. And then we go hoop after that.
Right.
They're being handled. They're being taken advantage of. We're not saying because they crime this happened to them, but what we're saying is if they've been put in that position, they cannot live that life. You're not turned, and you still have to fight that off like you have to fight off a heroin addiction.
Yes.
You have to fight off everything on that felony list, because it's like heroin addiction. Every one of them on that felony list is heroin addiction, and they could be strongholds. Super strongholds, but it say there's no weapon formed against you that'll prosper. So that means none of them can prosper unless you let it prosper.
Right.
Let's finish this up, y'all. 28 of Sirach.
Y'all go ahead down there with
We ain't gonna read it all. We may just read down a little bit. Go ahead.
You want to start at 1?
Yes, sir.
Sirach chapter 28, verse 1.
Yeah.
He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Most High, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance. Forgive thy neighbor.
Forgive who?
Thy neighbor, the hurt that he hath done unto thee, so shall thy sins also be forgiven when thou prayest.
So it said, forgive thy neighbor. Y'all understand this, keep saying a lawgiver, because by right, how oft should I forgive my brothers? Matthew 18, 7 times 7, but not for the same sin.
Right.
It can't be the same sin. You can't have 700 or 490 times of him still in your wallet. That's a problem.
But it also has to be an acknowledgement of the sin.
Of the sin that, man, I'll never do that again. But another one may come up down the line. Maybe we come on lifetime friendship. But we ain't talking about no outsiders concerning this.
No.
This is your neighbors that keep the neighborhood right.
That's right.
Let's get some more. Because if we don't, ain't nobody gonna be living in the neighborhood. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
One man beareth hatred against another, and doth he seek pardon from the Most High? He showeth no mercy to a man, which is like himself. And doth he ask forgiveness of his own sins? He that is but flesh nourish hatred.
Y'all see that? He that flesh nourish hatred. Just think about hating all the time. Just old hateful person. You know, like Dave Chappelle. Remember when he had that brother was hate. Yeah, that was that player haters ball. Yeah, go ahead.
Who will entreat for pardon of his sin? Remember thy end, and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death, and abide in the common commandment.
Y'all see that? Remember corruption and death. Everybody gonna get embalming fluid in them unless the second coming happens. Go ahead.
Remember the commandments.
Remember what, license?
The commandments. And bear no malice to thy neighbor.
No malice. That's evil intent or thought against your neighbor in your same neighborhood. Look, we go camping, we go to tabernacle. That's showing you how to live in the wilderness for 7 days. You can't have burn no malice and different things out there while you're trying to get through to the promised land. Y'all arguing and fighting before you get to the promised land. Let's get some more.
So if the enemy come upon you,
Look at he see him fighting. We like, shit, just hold off a minute. They about to kill each other. There'll only be a few left. Look at how he hit him in the head with that jawbone over there. Say, that is cousin. Damn. But just hold back, y'all. They almost about to kill themselves. They'll be through in a minute.
Right.
Listen to them curse words. Did you hear what she called Henry Jackson? Go ahead, bro.
7 again.
Yeah.
Remember the commandments, and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the covenant of the highest, and wink at ignorance.
Do what in ignorance?
Wink at ignorance.
That's all you better do about it. Go ahead.
Abstain from strife.
Do what?
Abstain
that
from
means
strife.
cut strife off. Don't every time you go somewhere start an order. Cut it off. Abstain from it. Go ahead.
And thou shalt diminish thy sin.
What you gonna diminish?
Thy sin. For a furious man will kindle strife. A sinful man disquieteth friends. And make a debate among them that be at peace.
Look, you'll have somebody come in and make debate and have friends arguing against each other.
Right.
And they've been knowing each other for years. But here this individual come from somewhere else with foolishness and friend breaking up his. And you let him into the neighborhood.
Right.
Let's get some more.
As the matter of the fire is, so is burning. And as man's strength is, so is his wrath.
Yeah.
And according to his riches, his anger rises. And the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed. And hasty contention kindled a fire.
What does hasty contention do?
Kindle it a fire. And in hasty fighting shedded blood.
I mean, just steal you right off the top. Nick, what? That's what it's talking about. Man, it's not him, it's him. Oh, bro, my bad. See, that's too hasty.
Yeah.
I got a doctor wire your jaw back up. Let me get over it. Go ahead, bro.
If thou blow the spark,
Yeah.
it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. If both these came out of the mouth.
Y'all see that? You can put a fire, you can start an argument and sell it. Okay, bro. That's what turn the other cheek mean. It don't mean somebody slap you and then you do like this, may I have another. No, it don't mean that. Sometimes you hear people say, man, what you said to me, man, was like a slap in the face, bro. You know, a lot of times people hasty like that and they say things that they don't really mean, so you give them an opportunity. Hold on, bro, wait a minute, what you just say? Bro, you getting beside yourself. We ain't gonna have all that around. I know, man, I'm just hot, man. I'm just thinking about that. Well, look, if you ever raise your hand again, I'm gonna have to put your hand back down. Do you understand me? I understand you, bro. I don't know why I get like that. Well, don't get like that around here.
That's right.
This is a going problem?
So y'all have to understand when it says that, it's just saying somebody may offend you quickly. Don't just take it, right off the top at least. Wait a minute, bro, you going off like that? What's going on? That ain't for me and you. That's for me and you, neighbors. Where you hear this from? Man, Willie heard it from Jabbo, and Jabbo heard it from Junior, and Junior heard it from Uncle James, and man, I want to hear all that.
There was 4 people too many.
Too many.
No, damn it, we finna get all
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Elijah, get this so we hit that Hebrew 10 and get on out of here.
We done with that?
Where you at? You finished that?
No.
Start 14, finish that.
I'm gonna go to 15.
Yeah.
If thou, okay.
You have
on 13.
13. Curse the whisperer and double tongue. For such have destroyed many that were at peace.
Yo, Satan is a whisperer. Double tongue, and because the Most High say speak everything on the roof, whispering about issues is always going to be a problem.
Murmuring.
Because you don't want nobody else to hear it, a different thing, so you whisper, man, they say such and such, but don't tell them I said nothing. Keep it quiet. So that whispering causes a problem. Freemason oath, these fraternity oaths are whispering oaths.
Yeah.
You can't tell nobody what we doing.
Right.
None of that. Don't tell me.
Most High said whatever.
What you
I
say?
You in the ear, whisper and shout it on the rooftop.
Yes, sir.
He don't hold no secret.
You finished that, Elijah?
No.
Okay.
A backbiting tongue have disquieted many.
What does a backbiting tongue do?
Disquieted many. And driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down.
Yes, sir.
And overthrown the houses of great men. A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labor.
A backbiting woman, blaming a woman for being wicked about being married to you, and y'all don't got marriage covenant. Every woman you get is wicked, and you say y'all born to be wicked, and you still want to be married. For what? That's a no-win situation, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
How you ever gonna win? Then you have to pull Proverbs 31 and Sirach 28 out of your books because they talk about a virtuous woman, not what you talk about. So that would be a problem, y'all, in our neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Because it'll be then a neighborhood with no women because you cast them all away. And what we gonna do with a neighborhood full of men?
Oh,
Nothing.
No. Hell no.
Man, is that Henry? What he doing? Wearing his wife clothes that he put out the neighborhood?
He miss her.
Let's finish it last. Hebrews 10, y'all. We just gonna read a couple verses of Hebrews 10. We're gonna close out.
Let me hit this 16.
Go ahead, Elijah.
Because it goes with those backbiting.
Yeah.
Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly.
See,
So don't hearken them to backbiting and tail bearing.
Because you'll never find rest, y'all, trying to figure out what somebody said. Get to the source of the matter. Just ask, who told you that? By law, if they bring it to you, they have to tell you.
Yep.
Come on.
Or they have to hold it. That's what the script says. If
Hold
somebody
your
says
peace.
something, you hold it, you ain't gonna bust. But if you say, but don't tell nobody, you already went too far.
Yep.
Anytime it come out of your mouth, I ain't supposed to tell nobody. But why are you telling me?
Right.
That's a problem automatically. Because now, what you told me, I may turn it and add some things to it.
Well, you ain't nobody. You Daniel.
Well, you know, but still,
I wasn't
I still can
supposed to
turn
tell
it around.
nobody.
Right, absolutely. So, you know, but who you do tell, that by the time it get back to him, it's gonna be added so many things to it.
Yeah.
That's what tailbearing do. It adds as it go along.
Yes, sir.
Let's get some more. Where we at? Let's
You
finish
say
Hebrews
Hebrews
10.
10?
Yes, sir. We just gonna read just a couple verses, y'all. We're gonna get on out of here.
What was that?
Yeah. We're gonna go 1 through 16. Hebrews 10. 1 through 16, y'all. We're gonna close on out, y'all. So, y'all, and once again, we're gonna see the law wasn't done away. And this Paul, after the Messiah, he just say the law of the flesh was done away with. We're not gonna keep whooping you after you do the crime. Your conscience need to be whooped before it happens. And then we won't have to lay our hands on you. It's the same way in this law society, y'all. Let's get it real quick, y'all. We're gonna close on that.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
For the law having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continually make the comers thereunto perfect.
So it's saying under the order of Aaron, once a year he go sacrifice his sins first and then those other people. It say doing that once a year ain't gonna never be able to. Y'all could run this for the rest of your life and y'all always gonna be sinners. Y'all always gonna be in that line. Go ahead.
For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that worshipers, once purged, should have had no more conscience of sin.
So why do you keep going to the priest with the same turtle dove? Man, they caught me stealing again. They caught me stealing again. Guess what have to keep dying for your bad behavior? If they ain't felony crime, that they stone you to death. But you still putting pigeons and doves to death because of your crimes. I offer this to the priest. I'm going to keep my hands to myself. See, you have to stop that up here. Then we don't have to go to the priest. Then when they run your jacket, they say, oh, he must be a law-abiding citizen. We ain't got nothing on. You know how the police will run your record like you ain't never been arrested? See, they'll look at us like they'll look at Hebrews like that. They say, you ain't never been locked up? They ask you that like, come on now, you know you lying. You say you love the Lord, you lying right now. You lying. You know you done been locked up. What's your nickname? Every Hebrew got a nickname. What's yours? Let us look by that. Let's get some more. Finish that up, bro.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
Y'all see that? That's like that Catholics do that. What they do when they put that ash on their head? It's just stop sinning for 40 days. Guess what on day 41, what you get to go back to? Sinning again. It's just a temporary fix. If you can do it for 40 days, you can cut it off for good. Let's get some more.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sin. Wherefore, when he cometh unto the world, he said, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
Yes, sir.
In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sins, thou hast had no pleasure.
No pleasure. So ain't no need us arguing with these naysayers about burnt sacrifice. He ain't even interested in that. He's interested in obedience of the law. Go ahead.
Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
Yes, sir.
To do thy will, to do thy will, O Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
Above, when he said, sacrifice and offering, and burnt offerings, and offerings for sin, thou wouldest not, neither had pleasure therein, which are offered by the law. Then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O Yahweh. he taketh away the first, that he may establish the second. By the which we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Yahushua Mashiach once for all.
Once and for all, y'all. We can't bring them back on the cross. You can't go kill everybody and then say, you know, Messiah, please, would you get up on the cross for me again? Right. What you guys say?
That's what I was saying
earlier.
That Yahushua came to take away the law of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Going every day.
Because you're going to keep doing it. You'll keep stacking them up all year because you're thinking, well, I just dump them at the end of the time. Yeah. No, he said you got to dump them here and then you won't have any to dump. Right. Dump them up here. Right. Let's get some more. Real quick, y'all. We're going to close on out in verse 17.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
And every priest standing daily, ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices, which can never take away sins.
Don't y'all understand this? Look, it ain't gonna never take away sins because you're putting them off on an animal. That means your conscience is not clear. All you thinking is, I got away with that. I got away with that. If you know the crime you're going to do and is only turtle dove and not stoning, then where's your mindset at?
Right.
Dog, get in the car. Where we going to do dirt, player? Man, we can't be doing no dirt, man. I got a load of turtle doves back there, player. We ain't gonna go past that.
Well, let's get in.
Just a little touchy and feely. Get on in the car with me and roll, dog. And you're riding to do evil because something else finna die for your wickedness? No, that had to be cut off, y'all, or we wouldn't exist as a people no more. Right. Or there would be no more lawful animals on earth. Right. Daddy, what's that? That's a sheep.
Have to start sacrificing the unclean.
Boy, look here. Right. Pit bulls will be on display because that's all we got. Let's get it.
But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever.
How long?
Forever. Sat down on the right hand of Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
From henceforth, expecting till his enemies be made his footstool.
Yeah.
For by one offering he has perfected forever them that are sanctified.
Them that are sanctified, made white and clean and washed in the word of God. Don't let nobody trick you out of your sanctification. You are here, church mom, you trying to steal my joy. You ain't got no joy if you don't keep the law. Right. Ain't no joy for you. I'm not stealing what you don't have. If you don't have the law, you don't have no light. You have no oil in your lamp, your empty lamp. What do you mean steal your joy? There's no joy with no oil in your lamp, which is the law. Let's get some more.
Whereof the Holy Ghost also is a witness to us.
Who is a witness for us?
The Holy Ghost. For after that he had said before, this is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, says the Lord. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more.
Now we know that ain't now. You can't build a compound and make this happen. I don't care who you set up as the king, because he's defiled. You see that man wearing glasses and you know he ain't God. And he reading Revelation talking about I can unlock the 7 seals. You can't unlock nothing until you do this. Oh, that's you, Zaya. I didn't see you at first. And you call him God. And he need the DOC. Right. Get some more. Look, I'm talking about a need an extension of arms. You like this at the can't see your menu or something like that. What that say? What that say? You almost, man, put your arm on the end of that. Right. But you got it. Yeah. Let's get some more. Finish that off, Elijah. Who look like
you said you wanted to stop at 17.
Did you stop at 17? That's it? Well, let's go. Boy, that was quick.
My wife said 18.
18? Let's get 18.
Now where remissions of these is, there is no more offering for sin.
Yeah.
Having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest of the holiest by the blood of Yahushua, by a new and living way, which he hath consecrated for us, through the veil, that is to say, his flesh.
Hit that 21.
And having an high priest over the house of Yahweh.
Go on 22.
Let us draw near with the true heart.
With what kind of heart?
With the true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience.
What kind of consciousness?
An evil conscience. And our bodies washed with pure water.
We got to wash our body with pure water, and that's the law, y'all. Anybody say the law is tampered with you, you can't have no wash. You washing up with water already in the sink that somebody else used and did a monkey bath in it. That's what you're washing up with. They just didn't take it out and let it drain out. You didn't put your rag in there and start washing under your parts.
You can't feel clean.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Hope you got some understanding out there what they're saying too about. Look, y'all, Holy Passover coming up, y'all. It's be on the Sabbath, April the 12th. At evening is the Passover part. Sundown of that same day starts the Feast of Unleavened Bread for 7 days to Sabbath day, April the 19th. Y'all, that day is coming up rapidly. If you coming to St. Louis, y'all, the time is getting very short. We already got the people on the list who come. For y'all here who's still in St. Louis, there's going to be a cutoff period. It's going to cut off that Monday before that feast day. So the 12th, back it up to that Monday, is going to be cutoff day. Y'all, we have to go to the store. We have to purchase. We're not in the shape to have 1,000 cattle out there and lambs out there. And we have to go to another place, and we can't do that at the last minute. So y'all, all we asking, get your name on the list before that cutoff time. Because we go into the store. If your name ain't on that list, don't show up at the door looking for the hookup. It ain't going to happen. There'll be a running list with everybody on that list. If you have to take care of how the rules go, how we deal with this situation, but at least if you ain't got what is required to attend the Passover, just get your name on the list. Yo, it's for everyone to get on the Hebrew Israelite Radio Network. There's a running clock. Tell you how many days and hours we have left for this feast day. It's without any excuse. And please don't nobody call us talking about such and such, say they doing it on this day. Well, if you that concerned about it, go over there on that day and do it with them. Let's close out.
All right, family. We're going to get this closing prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And it's in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son.
Yes, sir.
Our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer. Yahushua HaMashiach.
Yes, sir.
And we know him as Jesus the Christ, family.
Yes, sir.
Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 91st chapter, it reads.
Read.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's right.
I will say of Yahweh,
Yes.
he is my refuge and my fortress,
Yes, sir.
my Elohim. In him will I trust.
Yes.
Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler,
Yes.
and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers,
Yes.
and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Yes, sir.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Yes.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day,
Yes, sir.
nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness,
Yes, sir.
nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yes, sir.
1,000 shall fall at thy side,
Yes, sir.
and 10,000 at thy right hand,
Yes.
but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Most High, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation.
Yes, sir.
There shall no evil befall thee,
Read.
neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Yes, sir.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
Yes, sir.
They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder,
Yes, sir.
the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me,
Yeah.
therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name.
Yes, sir.
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
Hallelujah! Yes, sir. See, that's one of the mysteries, y'all. He gonna show you your salvation, but he can't show you now.
That's right.
And you thinking about what's walking the streets of St. Louis and it's... No, let's close on that.
Oh.
I just want you to see all the